Previously on Lobotomy Corporation. Okay, next section. Oh my god, I can see even worse now. Oh no. Oh no, we're in 244p. No! My resolution! Give me back my frames, you bitch! Give me back my frames! And now back to reading the Pokedex. Oh shit, the birds are out. Hello everybody! Yuuzu here, and we're back with Lobotomy Corporation yet again. So when we last left off, we ended up just getting rid of all the upper Tiphereth core suppressions. First going with Malkuth that just messed up the work that we do. Then we go for E.G.O, who turned everything to 144p. It sucked. Then the training team, which basically ended up reducing all my stats by every time that we go to another life of meltdown. And the safety team with Netsack that motherfucker wouldn't allow anybody to heal, and would only heal after the shit happened. By that I mean, yeah, after each meltdown he would heal all of them. But yeah, now, off screen I ended up playing a little bit because I really wanted to play some Lobotomy. I ended up, but the first thing that I did when I ended up playing, the cutscene for this one showed up. So what I did was record that cutscene with my reaction to it. So let's roll it. I wanna go home. Sister, we probably aren't going to go back to our old house anymore. Try to think of this place as your new home. Okay, just real quick. Okay, so we already were having flashbacks with, Elijah, Gabriel, and Giovanni. What was her name? I actually didn't read it. Lisa. Okay, so these are... Why is the male Tiphereth... Okay, so it's not just two different Tiphereths. They're actually two people. Two different people. But the male Tiphereth is... Well, he doesn't have brown hair. Now, why would it be like that? And why would both be named Tiphereth? Okay, Lisa. Lisa and Enoch. Okay, so that's you two's names. Sister, we probably aren't going back home, back to our old home anymore. Try to think of this place as your new home. How can you even call this place home? It's so different from our real home, and there's no mom. Ooh. So, two orphans? I'm thinking? Well, what if we said Carmen was our new mom then? Ooh. Yep, Carmen's been bringing it up a lot. And I try not to read certain comments too much because they seem to spoil a little bit too much. Like, you have to draw a line someplace, right? Thankfully there's another one that knows where more or less where to draw the line. How to describe it? There's some things that I would rather let the game explain unless it's not fully explained on the game saga ever. For example, if it's not described in this game, then I would wait for it to be described in the next game, which a lot of people have been telling me that the Library of Ruina has a lot of shit that that explains from this game too, and just the world building as a whole. Now, and there's also then Nimble's Company after that. So what I'm gonna say is, if what you wanna say is not referenced in any of the free games or side media, then shush, shush. Let me experience the story in its fullest. Here in Nimble's Company, there's still a lot of shit that I forgot at this point, honestly. Mostly because I haven't, played in a fucking while. Anyway. No, this isn't the same at all. Let me go home, please. Enoch, why do you keep trying to participate in those weird experiments? You know we don't have to. Besides, Carmen told us that we didn't have to worry about anything here too. Of course, it'd be real fun to spend time with you here, without a care in the world. Sometimes I imagine a future like that. It would be a very happy one. But how would we be able to find meaning in our lives there? There are children abandoned in the outskirts who are dying every day. Why the fuck am I giving like a slight British accent to these people, to these children? I don't know. They just seem British. We were only able to live on thanks to an unexpected turn of events. Settling for simple comfort in this place is not what I was born to do. And it shouldn't be either. Your words are too hard for me. Why do you have so many thoughts on your mind? They say too much or thinking may make you a weird person. Hmm. You know, Lisa, I think I've always been sad. I never loved my own life for even a second. Ooh, Jesus Christ, why? How nice would it be to live in a happy world next time? Fair enough. Fair enough of what I can gather, the world that we live in, it's not a pretty one. Or safe either, for that factor. Enoch, are you hurt? No, it doesn't hurt one bit. Please, don't be sad. I know something good will happen next time. Alright. Oh, Angela. And now we have the two Tiphereths. It seems you're awake. You are in Lobotomy Corporation, and I am the one who woke you. The both of you are Tiphereth. Why, though? You will be working as my assistants, helping me with amazing work from here on out. Oh, why do we have the same name? Because there is no point distinguishing between you two. Why? Hi, nice to meet you, Tiphereth. I keep making silly mistakes, Tiphereth. Don't worry, I'll help you. I'm sure you'll be fine on your own pretty soon. We made it so far. The other Sephiroth wouldn't have dreamed of working this fast. We might be even better partners than we thought. Yeah, I think so too. I wonder why do we exist here? Why do you worry about that? We're part of a central command department, and we're sitting on a mountain of work to do. We just need to focus on the task at hand. We're really different from normal machines. Yeah, fair enough. I think about you and you think about me. We both ponder about things, feel pain, and recognize our own existence. There must be some reason for it. Be careful, Tiphereth. If Miss Angela finds out you're wondering about things like that, she won't be happy about it. Lady Angela, what will happen to Tiphereth? Apart from the fact that his condition is abnormal, his excessive questioning will affect the manager's duties as well. Since this behavior is unacceptable under any circumstances, I'll have to reset him to the default status now. Don't worry, you'll be alright. You're simply going back to your first day at the company. But, Lady Angela, Tiphereth has spent so much time with me. You're really starting to act like a child now, Tiphereth. Why don't you say your goodbye then? Though you two will meet again soon anyway. Tiphereth, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tiphereth. Why are you crying, Tiphereth? Tiphereth? I'm sorry, I couldn't do anything for you. Please don't be sad. I know something good will happen next time. Yeah. You're here. Sometimes I spend my time here. It makes me think about a lot of things. Tiphereth always looked at the world one step ahead of me. He was seeing his own world that I never come to know. We were always next to each other, but in reality, we were never truly together. Do you know do you know that feeling of missing someone, even though they're standing right beside you? I don't care at all the meaning of or purpose of existence that Tiphereth talked about. I just wanted the two of us to happily stay here together. That was all. But this place won't allow us to have even that small luxury. There are countless of Tiphereth's dead bodies piled up here. Can't you see? I'm thinking it's my filter doing the work there. I'm standing here stepping on their remains. Trampling over all the memories, reminiscence, and time that I spent with Tiphereth.
I'm standing on top of it right now, but I still don't get it. I still can't reach the world Tiphereth saw. I sing the song of our hometown and more for Tiphereth even though this will never reach him. Care to join me? Tiphereth, what are you doing here? Just reminiscing on old memories. What memories? The good old days, when we were together. You're right, we had lots of fun together. Come back to me soon, Tiphereth. I'll be reading the rest of the report. I will. You can replace the machine and transfer the key memories all you want, but that still won't bring back the Tiphereth I knew. Does that really matter, though? Tiphereth will continue to smile at you, and he'll spend time with you just like before. Kindly refrain from bringing up such wasteful matters, Tiphereth. It's completely meaningless here.
Hmm.
I don't really like you. The new manager would always have some kind of influence on Tiphereth, and that would eventually lead to yet another breakdown. It will be the same time and time again. We will discard Tiphereth again and again, and he will stray further and further from what he used to be. What I'm scared of most is seeing Tiphereth turn burnt to a husk, worn down from all those overloads and resets. For now, he can at least look normal and talk with me, pretending to feel nostalgia for the old memories that we're forcefully added back. But he's been getting more and more unstable. As a matter of fact, we are basically pumping electricity into a machine that's already teetering to keep it running. You can make us as many copies as you want to Office Buddy, but he only has one soul. His one and only soul, and look what we've done to it.
Hmm.
Let me ask you a favor. You've been good at doing favors for me so far. You should be able to manage this one. Could you get rid of Tiphereth permanently?
Oh! Oh.
Angela would say that there's no reason for the two of us working here together. She'd say that we are two, yet one. But I can handle the Central Command Department all by myself. I provided myself a long time ago. Please let Tiphereth rest in peace. As if I were alone from the beginning before it gets any worse.
I can't respond. Why though?
Why aren't you saying anything?
Why can't I respond?
In fact, Lady Angela doesn't care about us at all. Whether there's one Tiphereth or two, whether one just became a moving piece of useless crap for whatever reason, or if one were offloaded and dumped on top of all this other discarded Tiphereth, left to melt in a storage, she wouldn't care. But you're different. You're supposed to be different.
Ooh. Here we go. There were many abandoned children in the outskirts. Outskirts, okay, I think I remember something like that from Limbus too, but well, I didn't really get much context on it. Like I said, just played some of the story up. I ended up playing the story only. I didn't really read much on the lore, but I did find it very interesting. And since it's been a while, I have forgot a lot of it. But time to relearn. These children were the ones were one of the many and end results of the countless conflicts among the wings within the city. Aside from disease and hunger, the most frightening enemy for the children were the ones referred to as the sweepers. Ooh! Oh, I think I heard some. Yeah, I think I read something about that on the comments. Thankfully, it wasn't like too much spoilery. Like it was just context. Still though. But yeah, the sweepers usually preyed upon the child. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I already heard that it was like from people that were on the back streets, but not like Mm. Actually, the sweepers usually preyed upon the children, but sometimes they would accompany them. Both were worst-case scenarios for the children. One fixer of ours was exploring the outskirts and came across those children. We could easily guess why she bothered to report her finding to us. We also figured that she had spent quite a bit of time agonizing over whether to report her or not. Carmen personally asked her to bring the children here. To take two children into the city from the outskirts required an extremely complicated procedure, but no one complained. The two children didn't look like siblings, but they depended on each other, even more so than siblings by blood do. The girl was easily frightened and wouldn't open up very much to us. However, the boy started to show interest in our experiment. I saw it in his eyes. He had already seen and experienced so much of his world despair and misfortune. His eyes no longer looked like those of a child.
Please allow me to participate in the experiment,
He said. Carmen spent many nights thinking about his earnest request. Then finally, we approved his participation. Where did we want to go while holding a child's hand? Oh dear.
You should have been the one to die.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah, I should have died.
Lisa's vicious bumbling likely had no weight to it, but I knew one thing. I knew Carmen's answer was sincere. Ever since that day, her wound quietly deepened. Oh. I see. Well, shit. Alright, I'll open up the disciplinary team. Oh yeah, no that shit sucks. Oh, that shit sucks. And there's that. So, with that out of the way, yeah, twins. Well, not twins, like they're not even twins. They're very different. One has brown hair, the other one has blonde hair. Some shit happened. Well, I mean, the guy died, but like, there's some shit that I need to know what's gonna be like. There's some shit that I want to know what's gonna happen. But anyway, before we keep going, let me present to you some new members that I added. Oh yeah, wait, no, actually, yeah. Before even that, I have something to present to you guys. So, as you may have seen here, the welfare team, I put all my friend group that I have over here. I have Wendy with the slime slime fit here. If you're thinking why does the E.G.O suit and the weapon look different, that's because one of my friends explained to me that it's a mod that he gave to me that basically made some of the basically add a copy of the E.G.O suit, but like rendered for females, and they look different into majority, so it suits them well. And first, so yeah, oh yeah, right. Also, I as you may have seen, I have new entities, but I'll present to them. Well, actually, let's present to them quickly before some of you may get confused. For example, we got Judgment Bird, this fucking motherfucker. Yeah, we have a Little Red Riding Hood mercenary, very cool looking. We have this fucker again, the Silent Orchestra. He's one of Cookie, the King of Greed, which is pretty easy to contain actually. I thought it was gonna be harder, but no, this fucker is pretty easy. You just need to, well, get him from behind. That's the only thing you need to do, and you're safe. Yeah, Slime Girl. Well, Melting Love, as it is called. I ended up getting Grenival deck, and I also got the Funeral of Dead Butterflies. I think that, oh yeah, and I got one off screen. With off screen, I mean I ended up getting it, then got the E.G.O, and well, then ended up doing a memory repository. But basically, ended up getting another entity. Oh no, wait, no, here it is. The Judgment Bird, with its cool fucking fit. So, oh yeah, and also I got this magical girl, and ended up getting the apple and the queen back, and also I got a fish from from Libo's company, the headless fish. Yeah, but those are all the new ones. I'll explain to them in a bit. Now let me just present to you my team. As I said, Wendy with the slime girl fit and weapon, obviously. Same with Percy, but this one he's with the what was with the Big Bird E.G.Os. He looks very good. He he ditched the booba outfit for this one. Then we have Gaster here. Now we have him in a full werewolf outfit with a telepole, with this shit and all. Oh yeah, and also I figured out how the fuck do I turn. Yeah, remember when I was reading some of the descriptions that apparently I can turn them into a werewolf? Yeah, to do that, I do this. That's all I need to do. But anyway, so I have them with that whole fit. Then we have I have Neon here with the Mountain of Smiles. What's it? Or what's the Mountain of Corpses? The E.G.O is called Smile, and this also had a female version. So I give that to her, along with the E.G.O weapon that I did with the Mountain of Smiles. Mountain of Corpses, Smiles, I forgot the name of it. And finally me, with the Judgment Bird fit, with the sword and the outfit. So, with that out of the way, let me present to you a little something that I did. Just give me a second to prepare. I spent a lot of time, well, not really that much, but still it was a lot of time preparing for this for just you guys. Voila! Oh my god! Wait, I need to fix that shit. Wait. There we go. Okay, that's better. Hello! It is me, your boy. Now with a complete E.G.O fit. How does it look? It looks cool, isn't it? I love it, man. When I saw this fucking E.G.O outfit, I told myself, yeah, I need to draw myself in that. I need it. And and just to keep the continuity, I'm gonna draw it. And so I did. And man, this shit looks cool. Let me show you two guys in its full splendor. Yeah, let me show. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at this, man. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. Anyway, let me get this bag into place. There we go. Okay. So, with that out of the way, actually, let me get a little bit closer. Molly's here. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, with that out of the way, I'm gonna do another thing that, thanks to all of you for voting, I'm gonna be reading the dictionary, the Pokedex, as per se, of this game. So, okay, give me a moment. Oh yeah, wait, actually, before diving into that, let me present to you also some of my new members. We have you guys! I have here... Yeah, I have you guys there. Shit, I can't show them in fully, but yeah, here you are, guys! And you might say, wait, that's us? Yeah, so I have another surprise for you. Ta-da! Say hello to all my travelers form! Once you come into my library, / the library that I also came in and now I'm in charge of, you guys will be transformed into the S form! Now, you may ask, why like this? Well, for one, I told the great God Kronos that, for one, I love hoodies. Second, I do love some black pants. I love to using them. And third, well, actually, this is more of a drawing me thing because I hate drawing two eyes because it's so fucking hard to do sometimes to just get the angle, you know? So, there you go. Now you have a hair like me too! And also no mouth because it looks very cute to me, okay? It looks cute to me that with no mouth, you know? It's weird to say. It just looks cute to me. And of course, it has a ponytail. It's a little bit hard to see though. Let me enhance it. There you go, yeah. You guys can see the ponytail, right? So you guys also have a ponytail. Why? Because I like ponytails. Stop asking questions. Okay, so just give me a second here. You guys will be here alongside with me. Just watching. or just staring you at right into your soul in the screen. uh, so well, you guys can leave in the comments how you feel about it. But yeah, here you are, guys. I have you here, guys, to cooperate. So yeah, now we have a representative for you guys for the company. Now, who do I replace though? Oh yeah, right. The other one that I ended up doing was Sayu. Synchronicity. She was one of my favorites ever since I ended up seeing her streaming Fire Emblem Engage, and also ended up learning that she loves Fire Emblem and ended up loving her. And yeah, shit ton happens to it with her. And just the other day, well, just the other day actually, just yesterday, she had a giant breakdown, and man, it breaks my heart. It really does. But man, I just hope the best for her, man. I hope shit gets better for her in the future. At the very least, just to find some happiness, and hopefully people will just it's those dumb people that still judge, even though that freaking company did all that shit. I really hope it all. I just wish the best for her. Yeah, that's about it. I won't say anything more than that. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's go read the Pokedex. Oh wait, no, again, shit. Sorry, I forget. I also did other members too. I ended up doing here. It's, okay, yeah, this one's I can present to you more closely up. We have Kyo Kusanagi from the King of Fighters. He has appeared because of the one of the E.G.O gifts that he has. He controls fire, so I ended up giving him the E.G.O of the Ardor Blossom Moth. Yori Yagami, I ended up giving him the fish E.G.O plus the Red Riding Hood one, because he's very, well, let's say that one of his supers in one of the King of Fighters games, like 2002, or even less than that, he, well, ended up making such a character just spew blood, so eh. Then Shizuru, she has a complete white outfit with black pants, so this fit was perfect. But this also is an outfit that is actually based on the punishment bird, but this is also made for, well, girls. So and for some reason it's somewhat more powerful, even the fucking E.G.O weapon, Jesus. But hey, it's still cool. Then there's Shingo, for also for King of Fighters. He's like the Kyo Kusanagi but without flames. And I ended up just giving him a gun and a rope that it would, assimilate, like similar to his look from the Gaiden manga that he appeared in. Athena Asami, yeah, I didn't really have a Chinese outfit that was red or pink, so I ended up giving her this one that looks very familiar to that. And also, yeah, this Gold Rush. So this one is also a different one, because the Gold Rush is this. And Casper has it. This is the one. This is the normal one, and this is the one that is for females. And man, it looks much better than the Gold Rush OG. Like what is this? It's like, I mean, it doesn't look awful, but this looks so much better. Anyway, so yeah, those are the new ones. I already sent to you guys these ones, obviously. And also, yeah, Saini and said, why do you have different? Oh my god, right. Oh, god damn it. Ever since I added some things got scrambled. Well, give me a second. Okay, much better. Anyway, I also, of course, ended up swapping a lot of other people outfits. For example, Leilita now has the Free Shoots outfit, E.G.O, and Erin has the wife one. Melia still has the, what was this one? Oh yeah, Gambit. Manolo also has it. It's very close, resembling to her OG outfit too. And this one is like also closely related to that one. Yanced has that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, this outfit for E.G.O outfit for Cronin also does resemble a lot of his OG outfit too. So I ended up putting him that. Same goes for this, obviously. For saying, yeah, you ended up putting her the magical girl outfit of the, this one, the, what's it called again? Wait, let me search for it. Oh yeah, right, it's a WoW. Yeah, the craving. And yeah, Deus Rhea, since her new outfit is based off of a magical girl, I ended up giving her this outfit, Love Struck, which is an outfit based on another character from Madoka Magica, just like this one. It's a pretty cute outfit, and she really just it resembles the one that she made. Dante, when I ended up getting the Red Riding Hood E.G.O, this one, the Crimson Scar, I just saw it and I was like, oh yeah, this shit has to go for Dante. And then, this fucker, the Funeral of Dead Butterflies ended up giving you this, the dual pistols. And I was like, that has to go to Dante. I mean, come on. Dante was born to have that E.G.O weapon. It's the lore. The lore! So I ended up giving him that weapon. Virgil, since his recent outfit is more black than blue, I ended up giving him the Solid Lament, that is the same one from this E.G.O. I ended up giving him the Love Struck katana that what was her name? Homura? I forgot her name in the anime. But yeah, I ended up giving her the sword because it's resembling to a katana. I was like, yeah, that fits. Nero, I ended up giving him the other magical girl, the Knight of Despair outfit. I ended up giving him the big sword. So he resembles now more his OG self too. Lady, this outfit also resembles her OG outfit, at the very least on... Yeah, no, it is similar, at least, color-wise. Dimitri still has the teleport outfit with the lance. Maria now has the Knight of Despair female version. This time, and it looks pretty cute, and also same color-wise of her outfit. Felix has the Agony, it looks great still, with that sword and all. Gaspar, I give him Gold Rush because come on, fucker uses punches, and just to do the complete fit, I ended up giving him the Gold Rush E.G.O too. Bernie still has the chainsaw and that one. No, I ended up giving him a new E.G.O that I ended up getting. That, oh yeah, also, by the way, yeah, before I ended up explaining that, I got the train back because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it for the content. It will bite me in the ass, but the content. Come on, look, I need the content. I need the content. And that way, I ended up apparently, yeah. So now the train has an E.G.O that I can get. I mean that I already got. A train from Hell Conductor. Yeah, I got an E.G.O and a weapon from it. They both are WoW weapons. Now here's the distinction. Let's read the description actually. Where's it? There is. Yeah. This is the E.G.O weapon. Absorbs black damage from all sources while the barrier is cast. A gauntlet with an unblinking eye. It can prevent even the most hardy passenger from leaping off while at high speed. Constant work on a train that carries off those of unsound mind and body can erode its crew members. Color the hands to barrier and holds onto oneself from such a deterioration of being are necessary. Yeah, this weapon does 0 damage, but it's a perfect fucking shield for black damage. So if I need to battle somebody that does black damage, this is the perfect weapon to do it. And the E.G.O suit, that is the one that does well, just defense. It seems really good too. The train's mighty whistle is sharp yet low, piercing the soul while shaking the body. Now I do not know what that means. Actually, I do not know what this effect is, but we'll see, I guess. Any outfit for a professional must look the part for the role. However, the same outfit must protect those who feel the role from the work hazard. The passenger of the train will attempt to leave as quickly as they boarded. This suit protects one from their blows. At the same time, it helps maintain wholeness of the conductor. Yep. So I am getting him the train outfit plus the sack E.G.O weapon of the fish. And it's a very good one. When a certain amount of damage is dealt, unleashes a blast that restores HP by 15% and restores every agent in the room by... Yeah. This weapon is very, very good. And I do not know who else would I give this weapon. Because more than anything, although, yeah, I thought I could benefit from giving weapons for people that are, you know, very powerful and all that. I want to, at the least for the characters that are from video games or series and all that, I want to give them, like, the weapons that are related to them, you know? And since I didn't really have, like, a big red sword, I ended up giving him a staff that, well, he can, for what I remember of the Xenoblade Direct, he can change classes, and one of the classes was with a staff, I think. So I was like, and also, he also resembles a red sword in a way, a big fucking shit. Yeah, I make do with what I had. Okay, I make do with what I had. Ruby, I didn't really have any other red outfits besides this one, but I didn't really want to get rid of this outfit. I really love it. So I ended up giving her the orchestra E.G.O. Now I got the normal E.G.O of the silent orchestra already, but this one is again the female version of it, and honestly it looks cooler. This one it still looks cool, but this one looks cooler. And also the silent orchestra gives you a fucking sight. It's perfect for Ruby. Come on. Oscar ended up just giving him a gun with that. Ren ended up giving a green outfit, which resembles his outfit in the series. Same with the weapon. Yuna Rokami just ended up giving him the mini sword of the Knight of Despair with the silent orchestra outfit, mostly to resemble his white shirt, but there wasn't really any black pants. But hey, it'll have to do. Of course, yeah, and of course I present to you already me. And also Yuri, my friend finally got to fix this shit. Like we spent a lot of time trying to do some shit. Like he gave me, I was trying some shit on the code. My friend was trying some shit. We didn't really like. At this point, I think I also know. Yeah, I know mostly how some of the shit on the coding works. So well, the order of the codes on the XLM codes work, and also the text shit. And basically, it was like one line of code that was making this outfit in specific make the character not move at all. So we removed that line of code, and voila, everything was fixed. And now she can actually go to work while with wearing this outfit. And also, my friend said, "Hey, you know what? For all the trouble that we went, we might as well buff it a little bit." And I said, "By how much? You'll see." So now she has so now both of these shit are WoW equipments. He tried to balance it out as much as he could. Like for example, since she's red, he said, "Okay, let's give her a lot of red resistance." Then just we up the point on on the white damage. We have the point on black damage, and pale damage we leave it at 7. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. At this point, whatever. Sure. We spent a shit ton of time trying to figure this outfit out. We might as well put a little extra. But even then, this shit is not at the very least, it's not as broken as some of these other ones. Like, I mean, look at this shit. Look at these fucking outfits, man. There's some way crazy shit we have here. Like, oh. Yeah, and also the damage output. Yeah, no, I can only dream of having that. Even then, you're yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Then, oh yeah, right, yeah, Platt. Oh my god, why is her name still Rose? God damn it, game. Why must you do me like this? Okay, changing your name again to Platt. Hopefully this time stays. Hopefully the name stays now. Your name is Platt. Platt. And I ended up getting every. Oh yeah, this is also another E.G.O weapon differentiation. This is the fish. Well, the other fish, the shark. The shark E.G.O. Yeah, this one, ecstasy. This is the OG E.G.O, and this one is the one for the girls. I don't know what else to say to you, man. that can't be said. All I'm gonna say is that the only her outfit is. Yes, and she has some toggles that are like that, so might as well go for it. And for Platt, well, I didn't really have much better outfits to give her. And this outfit goes well with her color palette. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. And then with Sayu, well, I didn't really have any robotics outfits, so I ended up giving her this one. Anyway, that's at least about it for that. So yeah, okay, now we, oh my god, I almost forgot. Okay, right, more people. So Ash, also from Kino Fighters, he was a pro tag from Kino Fighters 2003 and until 13. Chris, an antagonist from Kino Fighters 97. Yep. And then came back in Kino Fighters 15. Yep. Elizabeth, Black Torch, which was also a character that accompanied Ash. Shermie, a character that accompanied yeah, that was in the team of Chris, and she also was an antagonist on 97. Yakeichi, you all know and love him. Relic 2, Reina 2 is here, and yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, I also give them some other weapons. Sugar and Noel also has, yeah, the weapon that I give Noel here. It's yeah, the E.G.O is supposed to be like the female version of the Big Bird. It was very hard for me to notice at first, but that's what it was supposed to be. But anyway, yeah, with that, finally, there's nothing more to say. Now, let's go read the Pokedex. If you don't want to watch the mirror side of the Pokedex, you can skip ahead. Okay, here we are on the Codex. Let's start reading, ladies and gentlemen. Silent Girl. Let's hide our hands behind our backs, holding our hands tight, and keep our mouths shut while smiling brightly. A man came into the view that day. Open your eyes and look into it, but don't blur your laugh with your mouth closed to find what you really want. Silence and laughter are the most important thing. The man opened his mouth and asked, "Is there a gap in your heart I can nail on?" Even, oh. Ah, I see. So that's where the phrase comes from. Even if you don't open your mouth, the answer you want will soon be coming to you. The eyes shine through the window, everything. In order to look into the delicate and complicated mind in the window, you have to be quiet and friendly guess first. And once you are successful in looking through the window, finding what you really want is not so difficult. When you were young, have you ever stolen something? You still live with such painful memories, poor friend. My eyes shook. I know that. By making that mistake, that man. My eyes began to shake even more vigorously. The man closed his eyes and started to curtain the window. Soon the man murmured his hurt. It's just a mistake, stealing it. I didn't know it would be like this. It's okay, it's not my fault. But all I can do was to whimper towards the window while keeping my smile. Don't blame others, you have to take responsibility alone. The window trembled. It was something I could do, I was just busy running away. The violently swayed window began to crack, and the girl's mouth smiled as usual. Only one thing to do. It was something to stop if you put a nail that was hiding behind your back in the gap. The man's trembling didn't stop, even as he pushed the pain with a great sense of guilt. However, she was only shaking and didn't move. Soon the window collapsed and the girl faced the man. Silent emotion, but don't let it be revealed. Let your eyes smile as thin as the crescent moon. Look at the man and keep your mouth tied with a bright smile. Then pay another convict a visit with weapons held in both hands. Okay, that was an interesting one. Oh shit, abnormality dissolution 50-55? Cool. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, sorry, I need to drink some water. The devil ultimately wished for despair. Those who have reached the end meet nothing but the abyss named as hell, like a gunman did. There was one person, the one who was always positive with a bright smile. The devil saw despair from her deep inside and wanted to see her falling in despair. Struggling. So he faked his love like human and ended up loving her sincerely, although it is doubtful to call it as love. The pure white acacia flower, who fell in love with the devil, gradually lost her mind and eventually turned into black, being broken down by him. Oh! Staring at her in his hands with a satisfied smile, the devil whispered to the blackened flower, "I shall give you a bullet that can hit anything." She shot herself in the head with the bullets she obtained from the contract with the devil. On return, she had already fallen to hell and became herself as a devil. Unable to die for eternity, she now wanders through hell and delivers her faith in God to prevent the same fate of her from elsewhere, with the devil who made her fall into the abyss forever. That's why the E.G.O weapons and armor that she gives is called Abyss. Huh. Oh dear God, Tiamat. This fucker. Then do I have this shit complete? I indeed appear to be an holy mother of God. What is happening there? Okay. Let's start reading, shall we? Enkephalin pulls through its still living veins. The greenish residual light of the substance surges, guiding like a light in the dark and leading to the river of life. A sharp, arrogant gaze pierces the narrow window, planting the seeds of servitude and domination in the minds of those who pass by. But by the containment unit. There you are, my faithful servants. Right, this bitch is makes you serve. The slaves bows reverently, waiting in the silence for their noble queen's decree. Oh, okay. I will proclaim my decree for all to hear. I shall revive this lost land. I shall lead my family and re-establish the glory of the old gods. The floor bursts with root-like veins. They surge forth, tangled with blood vines, and clustered together like insect eggs. Within these surged countless mutated cells, embedded into hideous shapes that slowly took monstrous forms. I am Tiamat, the Eternal Mother. I am the birth and mother of Musumahu, my son who flourishes in this filthy earth, yet is not stained, who bathes in the rivers without becoming a demon like those who inhabit this land. The cluster veins rip open, and the dragon roared out in a sudden moment of pain. After it subsided, a creature born from the blood veins womb was the remains of that magnificent creature. It is intolerable. It is intolerable for you to swallow the blood and flesh of this rotten world. Therefore, I shall spread a feast fit for my child. The children of the Eternal Mother are well aware that this is how life is meant to be. Not a single child moves with hesitation. They know their blood and flesh will form the microfilaments and microtubes of the skeleton in every cell of Musmahu, the beta-keratin of every scale and claw. That they will not die, but will ascend together, as part of a more perfect life, to the paradise of the past that they dream of within the mother's womb. My child, Umu da Brutu, is the bird that falters to no rule of law, who gave my son, Musmahu, a sight of feathers that could cut through the air. My child Basmu is the king of snakes with cunning eyes and wings, who gave my son, Musmahu, glowing eyes that could see through all. My child, Kululu, is the mermaid that tears through sea foam, who gave my son, Musmahu, the fins to tame all the sea. My child, Mushusu, is the reptile with unyielding claws and fierce hooves, who gave my son, Musmahu, teeth that could tear through any beast. My child, Girtablulu, is the scourge of humans beneath and sand shadow, who gave my son, Musmahu, blood that could rot and revive alike. My child, Kusariku, is the demon bull with an infinite well of power, who gave my son, Musmahu, a keen skin of transcendence and beauty that could never be marred or scratched. My child, Lamu, is the wise man who dances among the clouds and storms, who gave my son, Musmahu, thoughts and ideas that pierce even the heavens. My child, Urdimu, is the raging lion that braves the farthest reaches of the wilderness, who gave my son, Musmahu, a name that could withstand everything. My child, Ugalu, is the one that invokes the demons of the storm, who gave my son, Musmahu, the solemnity to stand tall and wise. My child, Uzumkalu, is the chimera sewn together from the nothing into perfection, who gave my son, Musmahu, a genetic code that was perfect and without equal. Okay? Rivers of blood and withered white branches overtook the facility. The servants of the gods knelt in worship. In the silence that followed, only the magnificent figure of the Son of God remained. The phosphorescent light of the ghosts, like guiding serpents, paved the way to the kingdom of God for Musmahu. Yeah, so I'm guessing all these childs are the different E.G.O weapons that this fucker gives. This was the end of the Son of God's journey. A ladder that appeared in the mist. This was the entrance to the paradise of the gods. One step, then another. Musmahu's shadow gradually melted into the divine light. The gods of old have returned to their paradise. Tiamat alongside Musmahu were once more atop the apex of all the other beings, bringing over the world in the place only a god could understand. The gods of the past arrived back to their paradise. Tiamat and Musmahu stood again on the summit of all life in the world living in the divine bliss. Finally, it was time for the god to return this place to the past. In the Garden of Bright Joy, Tiamat has come here, to this land, to take Musmahu to stand atop the peak of 10 million devotees, to regain happiness and ascend to the world of gods. Returning to Tiamat, the paradise of happy beings, the god brought their seats from their garden of Muta to rule over it. And standing on the top of the mountain, they regained their joy and ascended to the worlds of the gods. On our horses came 10 million, 3 women digging the dirt and were overcome with their ascension up to the world to its extremely marvelous gods. Lifting up the top of their minds, go through Tiamat and Musmahu, come back and establish the peaks. They return to their the god's paradise. Harder, nervous pain, fear, death, rebirth, arise, new. And error 44. TT2 protocol engage. How very irritating indeed. These ants are quite irritating, stealing me away from such moments. The goddess Tiamat muttered as she buried her flesh and blood into the ground once more, consuming energy from the mist surrounding her as the reincarnation began anew. This, enkephalin. It is not nearly enough for my children. This will take a while. The dragon's eyes turned subtly to the camera monitoring the containment unit. And a mischievous gleam overtook her eyes. Oh, it matters not. I am the Eternal Mother. Time means nothing to me. One day, the glory of the old gods will be inscribed within me. Then I shall come properly to this world and ascend to the ecstasy of the gods. That was a long one. I'm gonna need to... I'm gonna drink a little water. Okay. Let's continue with the Scorched Girl. It takes the form of a girl burned to ashes, even though there's nothing left to burn. The fire still doesn't extinguish. A matchstick impales the girl's body like a stake. Usually, the match is always lit, while the abnormality shows no sign of activity. Because of this, employees often speculate that the matchstick may be the abnormality's true body. Oh! However, recently, the ashen figure was seen crying, according to witnesses. Yeah, I know the story of the match girl. I know the story. As in, like, the real story of the match girl. The girl that sell matches to in the snow. That one. Oh, yeah, she's in the snow. Huh. Excerpt from Abnormality's Specialist Door, redacted, research log. The charred body represents the child's crumbled hope, while the ever-blazing flame represents the obsession for affection. It's always in conflict with the contradiction between these two. We paid a buttload, and that's all they had to say? Excerpt from recorded staff conversations. Well, she's like a ticking time bomb. No one can tell if she's in a good mood or not. We just hope that we won't be the one to blow up before entering the containment unit. She won't get any better. We can only try and keep her from getting worse. Excerpt from counseling log. I never thought the abnormality would be able to escape. Maybe we were getting careless, but it seemed that all it could do was burn up the match stuck in its body. Yes, our response was a bit late, admitted. Most abnormalities that tried to escape would attack the employees in front of them, but this one didn't show any aggression towards the nearby employees. Instead, he headed to a different department, the most crowded place in the company. If we didn't suppress it at the door, half of the people here wouldn't be in one piece. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, I know what, yeah, so I guess she would choose a place where there's like the most people. Is that the DMO that she does to choose her target? Because if so, that shit would help out a lot. Okay, one sin and hundreds of good deeds. A silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross. It wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, It is rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving this abnormality. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. The assignated employee must kneel before it. Standing appears to be acceptable, and present their evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it fits is unknown, except from experiment records. We have cataloged the sins a person can commit into 3 levels. Level 1, a small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. Level 2, sins that are more serious and only shared with the closest of friends. Level 3, sins so profound that they cannot be shared with anyone. This will be taken to the grave. Employee Redacted has been assigned to confess a level 1 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased by 12%. Huh, okay. Employee Redacted was assigned to confess a level 2 sin. Energy produced via the abnormality increased by 15%. We assigned Employee Redacted to confess a level 3 sin. In 1 minute and 48 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. Oh, the light was so bright that it could be seen outside the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a facility-wide power outage. The phenomenon lasted for 2 hours. Employee Redacted lost 6 years of their memory. Oh, fuck! Further experiments were cancelled. Scientists' ethics decreed that all footage of those who participated in the experiment is to be kept sealed. However, the incident left us no choice but to review the footage of the containment unit. Employee Redacted. This happened during Redacted around 4 p.m. Anyway, there was a railway about 20 minutes from my house. Some of my good friends and I decided to dress as forest animals. One of us chose to go as a deer. It was a crude costume. It could hardly be called one, to be honest. Just a pair of clumsy made antlers and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Admit it. I don't know how our deer friend wandered into the woods. We didn't even notice he was missing for maybe an hour. We searched for him and finally found him in some bushes. We called out his name, and I'm not sure if it was from relief or finally finding us or what, but he started sprinting towards us, and that's when we heard it. The gunshots. Bang, bang, bang. Ooh. There goes the friend. When I came to my senses, I saw his blood splatter all the way to my feet. After that, not one of us dressed up as an animal ever again. That's all. By the way, is this really supposed to work? Apparently it did. Observation log 435. Its eye sockets are empty. It is a skull after all, but I doubt it's blind. It certainly has its gaze fixed on me, and I can somehow feel that it's listening to me. Confessing to it does light in my heart immediately. Afterwards, we investigated the incident in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by other kids. Witnesses said they heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run!" right before the gunshot. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of town and deer hunting was banned in the area. Ugh. I see. Okay, I'm gonna need to rest a little bit. Oh boy, this one's gonna take a while. Research on report on abnormality, codename Golden Apple. Overview. The abnormality codename Golden Apple is an unusual and anomalous entity. It exhibits the external appearance of an apple. However, its peculiarity lies in its unusual physical nature and behavior. The purpose of this study was to observe and document in detail the appearance, nature, behavior of this abnormality. Appearance. The golden apple has the appearance of a huge golden apple. It's not a product of a conventional orchid, and its golden appearance is clearly unusual. In observation of the entity, no protruding parts with distinctive features were found on the exterior, and it was until it was cut or destroyed that more detail was exposed. Behaviors. The golden apple exhibits an unusual behavioral characteristics with a roaming pattern of movement. When in contact with or near its vicinity, employees experience an unusual attraction and feel as if they are magnetically drawn to it. The sensation appears to be related to the special nature of the golden apple and may trigger feelings of nausea or uneasiness in the employee. The golden apple also exhibits aggression when the employee attempts to damage it or cut it. The golden apple produces protruding branches that appear to have the ability to wriggle and burrow with dexterity, which it thrusts into the employee's body. This behavior can result in physical damage to the employee, and in some cases, the branches further transform into an ugly face. Physical properties. The golden apple appears to emit some form of signal that draws organisms such as maggots into its interior, consuming them and turning them into nutrients. This process leads to the formation of a visually distinctive face inside. Analysis. The aggressive behavior of the golden apple is similar to other abnormalities, such as it seems to attempt to blind employees, and when the bound employee dies, it can take on aspects of their appearance, which can also lead to a huge emotional setback for the employee. This may affect the employee's ability and will to fight. Conclusion: the golden apple is highly aggressive abnormality whose behavior may result in physical and mental damage to the employee. Special care needs to be taken when approaching and dealing with this abnormality to minimize the potential threat. Further research and observations will help to reveal the special nature of the golden apple to better understand its origin and role. Postscripts. Researchers should be very wary of the anomalous nature of the golden apple and seek more information to develop the better countermeasures. If possible, avoid entering close proximity or establishing direct contact with the abnormality. Well, yeah, that seems to be on par with what I know. The abnormality has the physical appearance of a butterfly or blossom moth. Rather than has been set ablaze, or perhaps the fire is taking the shape of the insect in the first place. Strangely, the flames don't appear to be burning the abnormality, rather they gently embrace its wings. Wings. Combustion is an exothermic reaction between a combustible substance and an oxidizing agent, usually accompanied by flames, luminescence, and/or smoke. Sufficient conditions are necessary for the reaction to occur, including a certain concentration of combustibles, a certain amount of oxygen, a certain amount of ignition energy, and the interaction of these three. And human beings in the long process of development and evolution have created combustion in three significant scenarios: pure lightning, artificial combustion heating lightning, and electrical lightning. Among them, artificial combustion heating lightning is the most unpretentious. This abnormality has the warmth of a bonfire. All the same, I can't help but reach out my hand. One need to touch the flame to know that it's capable of burning skin and scorching bones. Even so, I long to touch it, to feel its warmth. I can't help but think these sort of things as the embers flutter before us, drifting about freely another. The embers fade into thin air, yes, but they never truly leave. In the reflection created by the flames, I saw many things. I saw volcanoes beyond flames, with columns of smoke and clouds spreading out in all directions, engulfing the island. I saw the sun in the desert, huge in comparison to the sprawling golden sands. I saw sunsets spewing across the sky. I saw figures in the fire, as faint as the fluttering pages of a book. Moths flutter into the flames, eventually turning into butterflies. The flame pleasingly looks on, waiting to take on the next lost person into its arms. Its embrace looks so warm. Flap, flutter, spreading its wings, a chest flutter down, flying towards me. It seems to be an invitation. A journey to some promised future, or some other possibility. Something like that probably, but what I want to acquire is a small amount of this long-lost warmth right now. That's all. It shines. Employee Pell was found dead in the containment unit of the. Seems about right. Oh yeah, technically we already read the object abnormalities. This one though, give me another second. Alright, let's go. Time log, year, month, decade. I followed the seniors in the office to a place called Alleyway. Okay, and undertook an assignment nicknamed Alleyway Watchdog. Alleyway Watchdog was found in the other area of the alleyway. It was highly aggressive and destructive, and the lightning pole-shaped object on its back caused powerful electromagnetic interference in its surrounding environment. It also caused serious equipment failure and outright fried some of our electronics. As of right now, the alleyway is still destroyed and rendered unusable. I was excited. I have struggled for a long time in the back streets, and finally got into this office. This is my chance. I can prove that I am good enough. I will be the best fixer for sure. Fixer? I still haven't yet to learn exactly what a fixer is, but I'm certain that I can learn more of that on the story, as the story progresses either in this game or in Library of Ruina, or also eventually in Libel's Company. We'll see. Then I can get into a nest, and I'll stomp on all the scum of the backstreets one by one. Inside the bus, the senior staff were smoking cigarettes and calmly waiting, but many newcomers, myself included, were excited and curious about the job. So what's so special about the alleyway? Is it the ward directing commission from the upper management of the wing? My coworker wondered aloud. One of the seniors heard it and got angry at that. It was in the report, you lot you were giving before we left. Were you too busy showing your thumbs up to read it? The senior said. Before we were commissioned by the Nest, the powerful interference released by Alleyway Watchdog completely collapsed the power system in that area. This is a power outage accident covering the entire alleyway, and has already begun affecting the outside edges of the nest. It absolutely must be safe inside of a nest. Do you understand? Yes, a nest where is always safe. When can I get into a nest? We're like dogs, guard dogs, just like the thing in the alley. Ultimately, we are just guard dogs for the feathers. However, the watchdog in the nest is far superior to the watchdog in the backstreets. Wouldn't you agree? What the? What? What is this thing? Amidst the yells of our seniors, we saw the thing. It was a wolf-like creature with three hideous heads, huge, muscular, ashen, and destructive. A purple electric arc of wires covered its body, and these wire-like objects seemed to be source of its energy and power. Suspended from its back was a charred humanoid object, which was probably important. In some manner. I was cocky and full of courage, so I took my weapon and charged it. The monster reacted quickly, and the wire-like thing on its back emitted a terrible electric arc that devastated the surroundings and turned many of our guys into charred corpses and pile of ashes. A senior grabbed me and said, "Stay back! Are you trying to be electrocuted down to ashes too?" The carnage continued. Flashes of lightning and roars of thunder filled the air. I was terrified. Can we even kill this thing? I was filled with despair and hopelessness, but we had no way of knowing that it was just the beginning. During the slaughter, I was blinding purple light emitting from six darkly glowing eyes. Thinking quickly, I dug into the thick rubble of the nearby surroundings. In an instant, the alleyway watchdog threw itself skyward and released an even more powerful purple arc of electricity. As this arc passed through the bodies of the survivors, their flesh and blood was torn apart, ignited and transformed into a macabre mass of charred corpses. The fear and despair I felt that moment were indescribable. I hurled in a corner in terror until the Hand Association showed up to deal with the thing. The mishap caused countless casualties and I was lucky to survive, but no company would ever take me in again for that a failure. I went back to the alleyways and just gave up. I was just like some back alley mutt. I was never anything more than a useless back alley watchdog. That was a cool one. Okay, old lady. An anomaly taking the form of an old and feeble woman. Anytime someone enters this containment unit, it will talk to the person. While it tells the first from time to time, however, it will always commence with, "Dearie, dearie, will you like to hear a story?" This story will be a lullaby, an unspecified poem, a nursery rhyme, a common children's story, or something entirely new. It knows every children's story and will not stop recounting until the listener finally leaves. Excerpt from the counseling records. She may be the loneliest of all the abnormalities. She's filled with loneliness and tells her tales to fill that void. Well, every story needs a listener. When someone enters her room, She'll try to fill that void. Of course, and listening to her is a very dangerous thing. She knows every story on Earth, and even those that cannot possibly exist. Our minds can't cope with such a thing. She could fry your brain in an instant. Ugh. Cute but terrifying. Now, Mermaid Witch. This was Madoka Magica. The Mermaid Witch. Her nature is to fall in love, looking for the feeling that moved her so long ago. She moves with the entire concert hall. Her fortune only turns under the weight of memories and no longer moves towards the future. Nothing will reach her any longer. She will come to know nothing more. She simply allows no one to disturb her minions' playing. Devotion is a virtue, yet it may not be cherished, like a flower blooming in secret. She has tried to make the world better, but no one ever knew about it. The innocent girl made a wish to a hypocritical devil, sacrificing her soul for the vague love in her heart. But miracles and magic are not as beautiful as in fairy tales. Indeed, miracles and magic come at a price, but by the time you know all about it, it's already too late. When the soul truly shines like a gem, when the human body is mere self-comfort for her human identity, when everything deviates from its daily routine and no longer works like the past, can love be the only thing to anchor this wandering soul? But what happens when even this last anchor is lost? I have spent everything to perform this miracle on you, for you, and when you crawl out of your abyss, you already had the blessings of those around you. The clear gem transformed from her soul fell into the mire of despair, solid and corrupted. And now I too am transformed into that twisted monster. And monsters don't need hope and wishes. Yeah, that fits. Headless Ichthys. It looks like a fish, except it lacks the head. The cut surface is clean. It appears to have been done with a single-sided edge, such as a knife or scythe. It exhibits the motion in spite of the lack of head. I am aware that whether or not an anomaly has an intact head is completely irrelevant to its ability to show activity. An inflated sac visible around the chest area, some kind of human nervous system, can be seen inside. Yep. The anomaly's sac is capable of expanding and be used to attack. It can also be propelled a high-speed torrent of blood. Our agents decided to attack its sac to first counteract this behavior. It proved to be effective. This abnormality hostility makes it difficult to work on it, as it always attacks those who work on it. The Rangers will keep observing it and noting down new discoveries. One time, an agent found a row of bodies penetrated with a giant hole on them. The headless Ichthys was not far ahead. The blood was way more than what all the bodies together could have provided, and the agent was confused on how the abnormality fluid sac was capable of producing so much blood. Well, these are things beyond our understanding, so it only gives the reason that how the act will also be we cannot understand it. Yeah, 1.76 megahertz. A phenomenal abnormality that has no visible form. It has discovered when employees started showing shared symptoms when entering a specific area. They all suffer specific hallucinations and their mental corruption increased. After setting the radio frequency to 176 MHz, we waited. After 12 minutes, a mysterious voice was heard accompanied by static. It was hard to understand, but it seemed to be in distress and asking for help. After 17 minutes, the voice stopped and 3 loud explosions were heard, followed by 2 small explosions. It can be assumed that the situation was chaotic, based on the levels of various screaming. After 24 minutes, all sounds went silent. After 25 minutes, the radio started emitting smoke. We thought the machine broke, but no fault could be found. After 30 minutes, everyone inside the air was filled with rage, started exhibiting the desire to attack each other and extreme aggression. After the incident, the employees refused to seek counseling. It couldn't be forced since no one was hurt. It is unknown what caused the rage. There started to be unknown noises and hallucinations near the containment facility. This is a record of the day that we must never forget. It brings us to the chaotic place that has been forgotten by many, but must never be forgotten. So that's what that one text was all about. And the Silent Orchestra, an abnormality that loves art and tries to get the entire company to listen to its music. Excerpt from Encyclopedia. The conductor not only corrects musical errors, but but it's also responsible for creating the best ensemble and taking command of the music. A conductor's skill can be determined within 5 minutes at the podium. The moment the conductor opens the score, the performers read the conductor's size, actions, and aura to see if the person is worthy to lead them. Without the understanding and harmony between them, the macroscopic significance contained in the score cannot be expressed. Therefore, an outstanding degree of influence, leadership, and eloquence are essential qualities for a conductor to have. Omitted. First movement, calm and slow. The conductor begins to direct the apocalypse. Movements 2 through 4, cheerful and fast. Employees start to forget everything and show fervent adoration towards the symphony. The emotion soon turns into internal insanity, driving them to attack anyone near them. The orchestra gives impetus to the music, bringing the entire department to its demise. When all the performers have gathered, the music that no one can hear but everyone can listen to begins. Finally, the music shall perforate your entire being. Ah! Goody. Alright. Resting again? Alright, let's go. Momoe Nagisa was originally a magical girl who signed a contract with Kyubei, that motherfucker. The reason for becoming a magical girl was for her dying mother to eat the finest cheesecake. Later on, she regretted not directly saving her mother's life as her wish. After falling into despair, she became Charlotte, the Desert Witch. In the world without witches, created by Kaname Madoka after her ascension to godhood, yep, that happened. She was redeemed by the law of cycles, moments before becoming a witch. She came back because I wanted to eat cheese one more time, along with Miki Sayaka. She accepted a mission to become the messenger of the law of cycles. The third witch, its nature is tenacity. She desires everything. She will never give up. Though she is capable of creating infinite amount of any dessert she desires, she is unable to make the cheese that she loves most. It have two forms. One, ragdoll-like initial form, expressionless. Then two, a big worm coming out of the mouth of the ragdoll. It has a black body covered with red polka dots and a pair of red and blue wings on the both sides of its head. Useless. She has a habit of ending sentences with "des," and is always afraid of turning into cheese, in which form. She clearly doesn't know what it means to observe situations. When Miki Sayaka and Sakura Kyoko fight together, their warm atmosphere was broken by Nagisa, who said, "I just want to eat cheese again." Nagisa's fighting method is rather special. Instead of summoning weapons to attack, she summons various familiars, the familiars of all witches in the old world, to fight for her. She can also use her own weapon, a trumpet-shaped bubble gun, to blow out bubbles to hinder or damage enemies. When she first discovered by Madoka Kaname and Sayaka Miki in the form of an unhatched grief seed. After hatching, it became the Desert Witch Charlotte, and was fought by Tomoe Mami, who was brought by Madoka to the barrier. After being restrained by Tomoe Mami in her initial form, she transformed into her second form and beat off Tomoe's Mami's head and devoured it. Yep. Then it was eliminated by Akemi Homura, who arrived later. After Akemi Homura turned into a devil and restructured the world, she was separated from the law of cycles with Miki Sayaka, and her memories were tampered. After she was reborn in the new world, she still maintained a close relationship with Mami. Yeah, it's a whole lot of shit that happened in that anime, man. It's some shit. A queen, the Snow Queen. A queen lives alone in the frosty winter's forest. Like how every storm starts, Kai was a child with a kind heart. When the shards of a mirror made by an evil fairy were scattered on everyone's heart, Kai began to see things he didn't want to see or need to see. He left the small village he grew up in. In an unforgiving blizzard, Kai met the Snow Queen. He became furious of the world beyond his knowledge. He felt as though everything he knew amounted to so little. The snow palace he reached was so cold, but the Snow Queen's kiss froze his heart, and he couldn't feel the cold anymore. There was no joy in the palace, only the long winter night. Geda was strong enough to remain unpierced by the mirror, and brave enough to go on a journey to rescue Kai, so she set off towards the Snow Palace. This journey was agonizing. Gerda was hurt and pain. Sometimes she cried. However, eventually Gerda met Kai. The spring arrived with blossom roses. His war melted the snow's palace, and the piercing of mirror in Kai's heart evaporated without a trace. Then, left all alone, the Snow Queen, omitted. I remember the day we put her into the cryo coffin with our own hands. At some point, her joyous laughter was gone. She just cycled through laughing and crying, and eventually she was found in a bathtub soaking red with her ugh. Ugh. We did not believe in death. I will have her reconstructed from the machines I have defested for my entire life. But I have become the only answer. She would have been disgusted by me for this, dying in that bathtub. However, we were too far down the road filled with remorse and regret to feel any sort of guilt. One day, Edith spoke to me. I remember you. You were a kind-hearted person. The moment I heard it, I realized I was seized by the urge to destroy what I had created within my own hands. Well, that's tragic. Question mark? Oh my god, I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna read this one and go to eat something. No, it's not that long. A large many-eyed bird that patrols the darkness forest with an everlasting lamp. Unlike regular birds, it lacks wings and has long arms instead, which it can pick things up. Omitted will stare intentionally at anyone it found, young or old, and bite their head off. There, oh, there is a tale of a beast that lies in the deepest, darkest part of the forest, who dazzles creatures away, never to be seen again. To protect all creatures from the beast, the big bird burned all of its feathers to make a wick, and then made a lamp that will burn forever. With this eternally lit lamp, the big bird wandered the forest, warning the creatures to not stray too deep into the trees. Thanks to the large bird, fewer creatures fell victim to the beast in the forest. However, it was still concerned for the creatures still being killed by the beast. An idea struck the big bird's mind. If I kill the creatures first, then no one would be killed by the beast. Since then, only rumors of a beast that would bite your head off flew around the dark forest. It is said that the beast carefully examines and stares at its victims to see if they are the beast that lures helpless creatures away. This is a tale from a town in the location redacted area. We heard the tale from the town's oldest inhabitant, redacted. Although there is a general assumption that the tale was told to prevent children from entering the forest, it is uncertain who first inherited the tale. Who can't do anything while the abnormality has its eyes open, it stares intensely as it keeps staring, Omer. This is why we need to put it to sleep first. We can only begin working when all of its numerous dozen of eyes enter into slumber. And it turns out that the tale was not made up. We could find this large bird in the forest. Right after that, we tried to look for the beast that dazzles people. We searched through every nook and cranny of the forest, investigated every single creature in detail. A month later, we came to this conclusion: there was no such beast in the forest, except for that big bird. Ooh, I see. So that's where that phrase comes from. When I selected the big bird, this abnormality is completely ignorant of the common perception of death. The abnormalities that reside in this corporation can be placed into two different categories. The first category to those who understand perfectly well that the concept and meaning of death is, and will attack our staff with the intent to kill. The second has those who are aware of the concept of death, but attack without malicious intent. This abnormality we have contained here it fits into neither of these two categories. To this bird, death in itself is salvation. If it's just a rip off the head of a poor little girl who got lost in the forest to it, there was no mistake, malice, or murder. It thinks it just saved the girl from the beast. Fucked up. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up. What the fuck? Oh fuck it. I'm gonna read this one too. A white cleaning robot. Yeah, all-around helper. A white cleaning robot with distinct red eyes that look like a pair of buttons. It almost always keeps its surroundings neat and tidy. It was originally a mass-produced helper robot intended for domestic use. The writing on its back says an innovative invention that can clean, cook, and even serve as light security using various tools attached to its limbs. Built to perform efficiently and quickly, manufactured by XX Inc. It recognizes a bad mood as a sign that the surroundings are dirty, and promptly enters cleaning mode. It will alert its status by stating lines such as "Contamination detected, commencing cleaning." However, the limbs are equipped with sharp instruments instead of cleaning supplies. Rumor has it they were supposed to be used for cutting meat, but they were made to respond to the clean command by accident. There is no way to confirm whether this is true. It has determined that the screaming humans make after it cleans is a sign of a good job well done. And a prompt to continue its cleaning. An audio record found within the robot. Oh, it's the new helper robot. Let me see. I wanna see. You wanna touch it? You wanna touch it? Then try to turn it on and play with it. A phone rings. I'll be right back after I get the phone. Okay? Sounds a button being pressed. Helper robot. Hello, I am your friendly helper robot. How may I serve you? Cleaning. I want to help mommy cleaning. Oh, this is a child. Oh. Environment contamination 70%, field level mild. Commencing cleaning mode. Wow, it's cleaning. It's clean. After a few seconds of shrieking, the power abruptly went out. Okay, I'm gonna go make myself some food. Okay, I need the water to boil first, so this is gonna be taking a little bit. So let's continue. An abnormality, spider bat, an abnormality that takes the form of a giant spider. Guarding its domain in darkness, it's difficult to see the abnormality with bare eyes. Small spiderlings skitter around the floor. Our proud employee, Peter, entered the abnormality containment unit one day. When he shone the flashlight on the floor, small little spiders skittered away from the light. When Peter squashed one of the spiderlings by accident, a giant spider descended from the ceiling. Peter was dragged to the ceiling in only a moment. The cocoon employee hanging off the ceiling and the containment unit will be a healthy meal for the spider's offspring. Unsurprisingly, not a single employee volunteered to retrieve the corpse of their cocoon colleague. Except from an animal encyclopedia. A fact often overlooked by many is that the victims trapped in a spider's cocoon are actually not dead. The prey is in fact slowly dying within. Ugh. Their death is postponed so they can be kept fresh for a later consumption. A spider's poison contains a toxin that permanently damages the heart, eventually leading to death. Insects trapped in the pitch black cocoons have no choice but to wait for the spiderlings to feed on them, feeling their heart beat slower and slower. That's the worst. Excerpt from the head of the welfare department's letter. We do appreciate your suggestion. However, our own research indicates that your concerns are unlikely to be true. Furthermore, it is proven that the presence of a cocoon in the containment unit increases the energy output. For these reasons, we will not implement a rescue procedure for employees who are caught by spider bot as it is against our interest. However, we will allocate more resources into researching this specimen in the future per your opinion. Please be advised that disrupting the atmosphere of our workplace by spreading unconfirmed rumors is against the code of conduct, and may be even subject to penalties including dismissal. Lobotomy always values the welfare and voices of its employees. Bullshit! Bullshit! Head of the Welfare Department, Lobotomy Corporation. There's an eerie rumor spreading among employees. It's not out of the ordinary for a rumor or two to spread in companies like this, but it is interesting that the number of alleged witnesses seems to multiply. The rumor says the following. Whispers can be heard in the containment unit at night. It was the voice of Alex, who went missing a few days ago. They say the voice wept in terror, asking to be saved from the darkness. Beauty and the Beast. A cell-loading abnormality that spends every day letting out miserable screams. It wishes to break the cycle of the curse, but there is no one to do so. Beauty was once a fair lady with charming green eyes. One day, this poor lady learns of a job opening at the manor of the Count, with the promise of hefty payment. The Count had a monstrous appearance. Rumor says anyone who dares to enter his manor is never seen again. It must be that hideous monster preying on people. With that thought in her mind, she brought a very sharp knife with her. The lady was hired and worked at the manor. Contrary to the rumor, the monster was nowhere to be seen. Sometimes at night she could hear a voice. He was a very kind and compensated her for her troubles handsomely. Working in the manor, the lady bore a greedy thought. If the count was gone, I could take all his possession for myself. Oh, well, this is going to be very different than the fairy tale. One day, she went inside the count's room, the room that she was instructed to never enter during the day. There she saw the count's true form. He was truly horrendous. Hundreds of eyes, 4 legs, he was neither human nor animal. Oh. The lady thought, perhaps such a hideous monster would be better off if it didn't exist. She proceeded to stab the beast with her knife. Surprisingly, the beast laughed in its last moments. Before the lady could even ask why he was laughing, she began to change. Oh, hundreds of eyes formed and a thick coat of fur grew on her. Soon she turned into the beast. Oh, now that's a twist. Now the manor and all its riches belong to her. Rumor says anyone who dares to enter the Count's manor is never seen again. Ooh. Huh. So yeah, the whoever kills it, he becomes the. Wow. Okay. Whoa. What more can I say about that? Result of this lie. An old card attached to the abnormality. Merry Christmas! Santa rushes along the night sky to deliver presents to happy kids who don't cry. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer shines his nose so bright through the fog while toggling along a slide of presents, guiding it along tonight. Every happy kid around the world deserves a present. From afar, the abnormality resembles Santa Claus, his sleigh, but upon closer inspection, it is completely different from its description in common folklore. Contrary to the titular character Rudolph, the sleigh drags the reindeer along. We observe the 3 different portions of the abnormality separately. Rudolph, an organic entity in colors of green, red, and white that appears to be a horse or a deer. The muscles do not seem to move, but many of our staff report movements in its eyes. Some even say that they made eye contact with it. There's a 30 centimeters diameter hole in the abdomen. Our employee later reported that the hole was empty. Santa, a mysterious and transparent organic entity on top of Rudolph. It is full of what seems to be human organs, all of which function normally. The sleigh. The size is similar to that of a child's. The plating looks like organic skin, and there are white runners attached to the bottom. The accessories of the sleigh are replaced with stiff, severed hands. Unknown objects are carefully wrapped in gifts. Many employees try to open this gift but fail. Rumor has it that they can only be opened on Christmas Day. These 3 elements are crudely sewn together. Dr. Suggested that all 3 parts may be made from a single body. Whoever made this thing must have had a great hatred for Christmas. Well, that or they've never seen Santa Claus. Oh my fuck. And this one, open can of whale shears. And this is the one that gives you the beard. Employees records, source unknown. Hey, have you guys ever been to one of those lobotomy meetups? Mind you, it took a lot of courage for me to bring this up again. You see, there's a bunch of clubs in this company where employees gather up. I once attended some kind of ping pong group event, but there weren't any girls there, so I pulled out real quick. Lol. Oh my god. So like one day I saw this announcement for some weird get together on the core message board. I got interested, so I called up the group leader and he introduced me himself as redacted from safety. I asked if there were any girls in the group, and he told me there were a ton of female employees. Now that got me super interested, so I signed up right away for the upcoming meetup. So I showed up and got a name tag like everyone else. I don't remember everything, but I think I saw like 3 people from training and 2 from information. About maybe half an hour later, the leader brought in dozens of cans of whale shears on a tray and gave one each to each of us. I should have realized something was wrong because the can was already open. But I'm a sucker for soda, and I just gulped the damn thing down by throat the moment he passed me a can, lemao. Damn. Okay, so safety. So, NetSec? Unless it's a different Lobotomy Corporation? Because there's supposed to be multiple, right? And now after that, after the leader told us it's time to move, and he said he got a van rented for us, we all thought he was an awesome guy for that. I hop in the van with two people from the horde and one guy from the same dep as me. Nearest said he was gonna take it out on an hour to drive so we could just nap if we wanted, so we did. Weird thing was though, I went to sleep real fast, like real fast. Like the moment I shut my eyes, I was out like a light. I had insomnia, but for whatever reason, I fell asleep so fast then. That was my big mistake. Anyway, I was sound asleep. Then I heard seagulls, and I was like, what the fuck, seagulls? Yeah, at first I thought it was someone's phone alarm, but then I heard waves crashing. I was like, man, this is way too real to be a phone alarm. So I opened my eyes to find myself lying on a deck. I was on a goddamn boat. Like the LMFAO. An actual real life boat. I knew I was screwed the moment I saw shrimp hopping around. Sent chills down my spine. I wanted to believe it was all a dream, but I swear that shrimp's realistic flopping was a sobering sight. The realization crushed me like a hammer. I was surrounded by people who looked like they were the crew. They were all beefed up. It felt like they put me back to sleep with force if I said something wrong. One slip and I'd be swimming with the sharks. The crew was around 10 people, including the captain, boatswain, cook and all that. They all chuckled at me while I was spacing out. The guy who looked like the captain walked towards me and asked me about my height and weight, asking when the ship goes to port. He told me it'd be about a month and that I shouldn't try to run away or anything because they already made a deal with my people. I had no idea who my people were, but I was too scared to ask. Then the crew members called me over for a lunch. They were making instant ramen, putting shrimp, crabs, clams, and all sorts of other stuff in it. They told me to stop acting like I was about to jump into the sea and to try the ramen. I said no at first, but they laughed at me again, saying they weren't any sleeping pills or stuff like that in and gave me some anyway. I must gotta live, so I ate it. It tasted better than I expected. As soon as I finished the lunch, they told me that they were going to teach me how to adjust the ropes. I pretty much gave up at that point, so I just simply answered sure. All I could see anyways was the little island that no one would have a chance at surviving on. For a month, I learned how to pull up fishes traps, fill bait boxes, repair fishing nets, cook some ramen, get coffee, and all sorts of stuff. I kept getting better and I got to the point where I could prepare mackerel, sashimi, and fish stew for the crew. Everyone complimented. Said I could open a restaurant with that stew. Later on, we went through a couple of typhoons. Them and I started forming some kind of bond, a companionship. Whales were becoming a common sight at that point. Whales? 2 weeks in, the captain told me I was pretty good and asked me if I was interested in officially joining the crew. When I thought about it, I would have been fired from the corp anyway, so it seemed like a legit opportunity to make a living. This was the first time I ever got a compliment after all. What am I doing now? Well, I've been promoted and now I'm living fine. I found true happiness in crackling open a cold one after a hard day's work, covered in sea wires and sweat. I'm at the port now, but we gotta take off soon to catch some more shrimp. Never know what your future holds, bros. Sometimes I think about those other folk who were at the meetup that day. Not that I really wanna snoop around to find out though. I just try to keep a positive mind. I wanna say they're hopefully doing good just like me. Oh, it's time to sail. It's time to sail out. See you guys. I'm gonna need some context to what happened there. Like, okay, so yeah, the ones the anomaly for this one, they're like 2 shrimps that gives you cans of soda. So like, yeah, they drink that soda. So what happened? The guy transformed into one of the shrimps, or did he survive and they put him in sea, and the other ones did not? I'm gonna need a little bit more. Somebody explain that one for me, or just just searching for that. I don't know. Forsaken murder. An anomaly whose brain is imbued with rage, screams, and malicious cries. There is a wound on his forehead that never seems to heal. He hates everyone and everything. He wears a straitjacket, but it is as free as any man. No amounts of chains and restraints is enough to prevent him from committing violence. He always had to wear a straitjacket. Some say he was a death row inmate from a federal prison. The researchers were always cautious around him. They felt the straitjacket couldn't contain him. The researchers wanted to study a murderer's brain to prove that innate evil existed. It was difficult to determine who was worse, a man who murdered the innocent with no remorse, or the researchers who wanted to open up his brain to initiate their curiosity. Uh, a wide range of medicine and chemicals were injected into him. Some were used for the sake of humanity's future, while others were for new medical techniques. They all had the potential of changing the world. The researchers were getting more and more excited, although they didn't openly express so. So it was almost palpable. They said they found a cure, but they never said what was cured. The prisoner spoke less and less. His aggressiveness was suppressed, but at the same time, he lost himself. After an extensive review, he was permitted to have the straitjacket removed. It felt like my head is turning into metal. I sometimes hear metallic creaks in my head. As the days passed by, he began inflicting self-harm. He would continuously hit his head on the wall or hard surfaces. He insisted on checking if his head really was turning into metal. One day, they eventually decided to leave him with the hope that he would stop once he was wounded. However, even with blood pouring down his face, he wouldn't stop until his wound was so deep the whites of his skull were peeking through. Ugh. He had to wear the straitjacket again, but he was no longer feared or monitored like before. A researcher died. It would have been difficult to identify him without his ID, as his head was violently crushed. Lack security meant that the door was often left unlocked or unattended. The prisoner that everyone believed to be confined was moving around on his knees. My head turning into metal, faults in my brain being flattened. He kept repeating strange words, and the final procedure was quickly put in place. Treatment was halted, and he was dissected so his brain could be used for research. Do I know? I sedated him myself. He kept muttering nonsense until the end. And begins. Whoa. Yeah, when he escapes, his fucking head does transform into some kind of metal. So, oh yeah, shit. The water must have boiled out. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue. I just finished my food. It was a night veiled in gentle mist. A bare-footed child was looking at me. He was crying, his dreamy eyes filled with sorrow. The sadness hanging on his face stopped me in my tracks. He said he lost something precious, and when I offered to help, he gave me a big smile. A teardrop fell from the child's dewy eyes. Stars showered from the sky, the world falls into slumber. Trapped in a static lullaby, sorry. That night, the galaxy descended with bare feet. Except from the diary of employee redacted who committed suicide. It takes the form of a young boy with big eyes and skin that resembles the night sky. The child shows great enjoyment with talking and playing with the others. He has strong attachment to the act of making contact with another. If the child and employee reach a certain level of intimacy, he will give a small pebble to the employee he now considers his friend. The employee will feel happiness and vigor while in possession of the pebble. However, this pebble will do more than just good if the employee happens to enter any containment unit other than his. If an employee in possession of one of his pebbles, the sign of their strong friendship, dies, he will show deep grief and sorrow for their loss. Yep. Except from the employee redacted diary. I looked into the child's eyes for a while. I may have spaced out a little bit because his eyes were so dreamy. I wanted to pet him, but I remember my coworkers telling me not to have personal feelings towards abnormalities. I told him my name. He repeated it, with wide eyes as if he found out a big secret. Each time he called my name, it felt like it became something more than just a familiar thing I had been living with. When another employee entered the child's containment unit, he did not follow that employee and look for me instead. I felt basically triumphant after hearing about that. The kid follows me, not you. The moment I entered the child's room, he jumped into my arms crying. When I finally set him down, he shed a tear that became a small white pebble that fell in my hand. Please don't lose it, and don't give it to anyone else, the boy mumbled. Do you like it? More than you like me? The boy quietly asked when I arrived after finishing working with another abnormality. I asked how he knew that, what I was doing, and he answered lightly, Isn't it obvious? I know everything. Whatever you do, wherever you go. His gaze lay on the pebble when he smiled. His eyes gave me goosebumps. I tried to rid myself of the pebble, but I realized it was beyond my control. I don't get what I'm talking about right now, but you still treasure it, right? The child smiles at me. Smiles, 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 smiles. I can't get this pebble off me. My only hope is to wait for the child to tire of me. I'm waiting for that day. But will it ever come? People tell me I'm an excellent employee. Idiots, they don't know a thing. Shut up. I can't take it anymore. I can't escape him. I thought I was in charge, but the truth is I was just a pebble in his hands the whole time. Whatever I do, wherever I go, I hear his whispers. I have to end it, but I'm not even sure if I can. I came from afar. I'm so glad to meet you. Become a pebble, and let's walk the galaxy together. I heard his whisper and breath. Pitch black darkness follows, just like the night I met him. Ooh. Alright. Punishing bird, this motherfucker that escapes all the time. A small and confident bird that punishes the evil, guilty, and all sorts of irrelevant people. Some employees have said that it is cute when the bird mighty flutters its tiny wings. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins knowing it's wrong? Small bird wondered. It must be because there's no one to punish people for their misdeeds. If someone takes that role, then no foul act would happen in this world ever again. With this in mind, the little bird left the forest it had been living in and never went back. All the birds seem to have that in common, right? Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood, hooded mercenary. I'm a pro. If you make a request, then I might help you. I used to. Oh wait, it is this fucker talking, right? I'm a pro. I'm a pro. If you make a request, then I might help you. I used to be expensive, but I'll cut you some slack here, under one condition. Hand that dreadful, cunning bastard over to me if you ever see him. I'll hang his head over my bed. Only then can I get up in the morning without having a nightmare. An imposing abnormality taking the form of a female Female? Huh. Well, yeah, it is Little Red Riding Hood, isn't it? Huh. Well, she grew up to be a badass. A warrior with a striking red hood. Her frayed hood has initials embroidered on it. Unreadable due to the damage the hood has taken. Many patches can be seen on the hood, suggesting that it's been well worn. According to her own claims, she used to be a mercenary before they come into this facility. Wander around without a fixed residence, she does not trust others easily, and has an extreme fondness for battle. She is unusually uncomfortable, with parts of her face and body being exposed, or looking at a mirror. Other numerous symptoms of paranoia have been observed in her behavior. She has a strong desire to resolve emergency situations when they break out. She calls it a request of some kind. Since this behavior consequently helps management, the company recommended putting it to use depending on the situation. The following contains information that employees of every level should note. However, when she encounters the big bad wolf, oh you're right, that does exist, the situation will change drastically. She will undergo several psychological transitions, including sudden dispersonalization and intermittent explosive disorder. This encounter will lead to serious collateral damage. It is advised to avoid any case where the two may face each other. Between us, there's no Between us, there's no victory to be won. All I think about is how I'll kill that bastard in a way more gruesome and painful than the last time. Thus, there's no toast to raise. There's no deliciously baked cakes to eat or wine to drink. I got used to grinding my axe instead of picking flowers when I was 15. Damn! Damn! Damn, when did she become a badass? Alright. Fragments of the Universe. An anomaly that resembles a child's innocent doodles. Originally, it had no stable form. Its shape would continuously morph. To this day, its aspects still change, albeit at a much slower pace. Component analysis has revealed that the abnormality consists of matter that does not exist on Earth. It is notable for its metaphysical appearance that one cannot explain with words. It often shows incomprehensible linguistic activity. One employee tried to decipher its speech. See document number 1, employee David's song. But their mental contamination level rose beyond the limits within several days. They suffered severe psychosis and had to be quarantined. The abnormalities tentacles, which are quite different from what we consider the average tentacle, for simplicity's sake, we moniker them as tentacles, can pierce through the barrier of humanity. Employees impaled by the tentacles will suffer semi-permanent brain damage. Oh, goody. When the abnormality escapes its containment unit, it will emit noises in the corridor. As the sound it makes have what could be considered a melody and syllables, we consider the singing. However, none of our staff can precisely remember it, given that most of the time they are unable to describe it, due to their serious brain damage. Those who were within 100 meters of the singing called it sound unheard of this world. Because of these descriptions, we've titled it Echoes from the Beyond. See document 2, Singing. Experiment 1. The possibility of communication. We have determined that the abnormality has intelligence similar to, or even higher than, that of humans, and gave it a simple language learning course. As a result, a crude communication by combining words has become possible. The following is a segment of the communication record with the abnormality. Are all of your kind similar in appearance? Negative, outside, child, see, picture, face, happy, change, form. What have you come here? Knowledge, share, humans, human. Why do you want to share your knowledge with us? Understanding, knowledge, moment, no, universe, coincidence, negative, none. The section is an attempt to decipher the conversation with the abnormality. It bases forms on a picture drawn by a child. It changed its form because the child's expression while drawing it was happy. Number 2, it came here to share its species knowledge with us. The moment we fully understand that knowledge, we will know their ultimate goal. 3, there is no such thing as a coincidence in the universe. Okay. Experiment 2, an experiment on laughter. After watching a video about laughing for 30 minutes, the abnormality understood the concept of laughing. After that, when employees entered its containment unit to work with it, it would sometimes emit a strange noise with that appeared to be the shape of a smile on its face. It looked like it was mimicking laughter. Experiment 3, comprehension of symbols. We taught it the meaning of various symbols along with language. Among them was the shape of a heart. The symbols provoke a distinct change from the abnormality. I see. A cube showing the abnormality a picture of a heart. A heart. This is the symbol of the heart. Many people believe that emotions come from the heart, and this symbol is used to express positive emotions or a liking towards someone. A minute. Afterwards, several symbols resembling hearts were seen on the abnormality's body. It seemed to understand that the symbols could be used to express friendliness towards humans. Combining the results of the previous 2 experiments, we can confirm that this abnormality is not hostile to humans and wishes to become friends. Document 1 employs David's son. David was famous in his department for his attempts to communicate with the fragments of the universe. He was an intellectual who enjoyed reading philosophical books and gazing at the stars. He held interest in the abnormality and, as such, he got the job. He researched its language and behavior purely out of personal interest. So what became of David? Eventually, he succeeded in entering the domain of the fragments of the universe. However, it was obvious that his small brain couldn't withstand it. He was transferred to the psychiatric ward and died of starvation while singing an unrecognizable song. This is why the abnormality's voice cannot be revealed to the public. Audio record, Echoes in the Universe, currently removed. Document 2, Singing. Why didn't you tell me earlier that the abnormality was responsible for their condition? I have no idea if there are any pattern, but they all show the same strange behavior on the exact same days. Can you imagine a group of patients staring at the sky with dazed faces, wailing strange noises in the corridor at night while everyone is asleep? I had such a difficult time persuading the other patients that they must have been practicing for the company's upcoming Halloween event. Psychiatric treatment and medicine won't help. Coming, still coming. They keep repeating these words, and anything else that they utter is not from any language we know. I think sending them to a general hospital was an unwise decision. Doctor from the record, deleted word. Interesting. Okay. So Fragments of the Universe is not really hostile, but what it can do, it's deadly. Well, shit. Just remember the one that I have my ego from. A bear that I used to judge the living in the dark forest, carrying around an unbalanced scale. Oh yeah, I have seen the scale, yeah. The scale always tilts the same direction, but it doesn't know this that its eyes are covered. Oh. Or perhaps he's turning a blind eye to this truth. Ooh. In fact, the bird was once an even-handed justiciar. Its skill will never neglect the weight of even the smallest sin. The long bird made a skill that was capable of weighting any sin to maintain the peace of the forest. At one point, the bird's eyes could see through anything. The eyes always shone brilliantly, burning like stars in the night sky. But it gave its eyes to the big bird. Okay. So yeah, they do connect together. Damn, to protect the forest. Now only the void fills its eye sockets. The bandage is in tatters, like it could tear off at any second. The bird's face was once covered in gleaming feathers, but they fell out of it spent too much time without sunlight. All that remains is its unjust scale. The long bird continues on, doling out judgment. Okay, cool. Apocalypse. What? What is this? I don't think I have seen this one. What is this? Apocalypse Bird Aleph. When the fuck have I seen this? Have I seen this? Have I? Known to come when the world is filled with sin, many employees fear the advent of this abnormality. To talk about this bird, we first need to tell the story of the Black Forest. Must remember the forest that was once the peaceful. Oh shit! Yeah. The Black Forest has been tagged with the Punishment Bird, with the Punishing Bird, with the Judgment Bird, and Big Bird. They're all connected, huh? And okay, to talk about this bird, we first need to tell the story about the Black Forest. We must remember the forest that was once so peaceful and beautiful, and the apocalypse shall follow. The tale of the Black Forest. Once upon a time, 3 happy birds lived in a warm and lush forest. Oh, the birds had no names, though the creatures of the forest would call them Big Bird, Long Bird, and Small Bird. I get it. Yeah, they are those 3. Everyone lived freely and happily together in the peaceful forest. The birds wanted the forest to be safe for more than anyone else. That way, creatures from the outside could visit and have fun. It was a warm and sunny afternoon when a stranger visited the peaceful forest. He was a traveler, pioneer, and prophet. But at the same time, he was a nobody. He wanted to enter the forest, but the birds found him suspicious, so they didn't let him in. The stranger, angered, told the birds as he left, "Soon a tragedy will befall the forest. It will be tainted with misdeeds and evil, and there will be constant conflict. The tragedies will only stop when a terrible beast appears and devours everything. The sun and moon will shine upon the forest no longer. The forest will never go back to what it was before." The birds worried about the prophecy. What if a conflict really breaks out and a beast shows up to harm the forest, just like the man said? That's when the birds decided to become the guardians of the forest. They loved this forest more than anyone else did, so they wanted to protect the creatures living in the forest and keep the peace. Big Bird, with its many eyes, decided to watch over the forest for intruders, for Big Bird's eyes could see very far and see things we cannot see. Then somebody said, "But what if the beast shows up in the middle of the night, when the sky is dark and everyone is asleep?" Worried, Big Bird burned all of its feathers to make an everlasting lamp. Oh, that's why the fucking E.G.O weapon is a lamp. Now the creatures of the forest were under Big Bird's constant watch, day and night. To keep the forest peace, Longbird weighed the sins of those who entered the forest, for Longbird's scale was fair and just, and could weigh any and all kinds of sin. Then somebody said, "But what if the scale doesn't tip in either direction someday?" Worried, Longbird made a scale that always tip to one side. That way every judgment will yield a clear verdict. Fair enough, I guess. You know what? I think it made a good call to make the Judgment Bird my E.G.O, because I would also I'd really strive to go for neutrality and decide upon if something was good or bad, or decide what's better for the occasion. You know, I always try to see things with the full picture. I don't wanna have an opinion until I see everybody's sides. You know. Anyway, yeah. A small bird decided to punish the creature's wrongdoings with its beak. Then somebody said, "But your beak is so small, no one would find it hurtful." Worried, small bird tore its mouth wide open so it could swallow any creature in one bite. And yep, That goes with what the fucker can do. No one could visit the forest anymore, and bad rumors about the forest began to spread outside. I heard terrible things happen to any creature that enters the forest. The big bird is always watching the creatures of the forest. There's no freedom. The long bird's skill isn't fair at all. The small bird's punishment is so scary. The birds got upset. We worked so hard to protect the forest. Why doesn't anyone appreciate our effort? Oh dear. Fewer and fewer visitors come to the forest. More and more creatures were complaining. Fights broke out daily, and yet the birds continued to work even harder than to make the forest peaceful again. But no, this forest is so vast and wide, the three of us aren't enough to protect all of it. But there is no creature to protect this forest but us. If we combine our power, we could be stronger. The day when Big Bird's eyes, that could see hundreds of kilometers away, long bird who could judge any sin, and small birds a mouth that could devour anything, everything united into one. Darkness fell upon the forest. Creatures screamed in terror and fear at the sight of the bird, and the forest soon fell into mayhem. Then, in the middle of all the chaotic cries, someone shouted, "It's the beast! A big scary monster lives in the black, dusky forest! The beast is here! The three bears the beast is here! The three bears now as one look around, but there was no one to be seen. The bear began to prowl the forest, looking for the beast. The forest would be in the trouble if the beast really showed up, but there was nothing. There were no creatures, no sun, moon, and no beast. All that was left was just a bird and the black forest. Oh, Oh, the birds combine and made the beast. The birds combine and they become the beast. Oh, I get it. I get it. So that's Apocalypse Bird, huh? Okay. Since then, there were only nights dark as pitch. Rumor says there is a terrible beast in the Black Forest where no one lives. Survivor testimony. Every single light in the facility went crazy. They kept flickering and flickering. I couldn't even use my lighter. Then this warm light shone through it all. It looked like a waning twilight or a growing sunrise. Though, as we all know, sunlight can't make its way to our facility. Everyone silently gazed at the light. Sudden darkness and a weird ray of light were enough a reason to be frightening. It was scarier than anything gruesome we'd seen here. It was a true fear of the unknown itself. Omit, something from afar was coming our way. Incandescent lights, like stars from our outer space, were marching towards us. It looked like Big Bird's eyes, but it wasn't that abnormality. It couldn't hear it could hear these long arms scratching the floor. Someone broke the silence with a whisper. That guy over there couldn't run away in time. There was an employee kneeling on the floor. Perhaps he couldn't sense the danger approaching behind him, and once he noticed, it was too late. He couldn't even scream. Nobody would even been able to then. He just meaninglessly struggled to move its leg, desperately to run from the beast. There was no heroic act of someone standing up against the monster. Not even a yell to warn him. Everyone was just watching him, waiting for the terrible thing that was about to happen. Each step sent a tremor through the whole facility. The monster was moving with such slow steps, but it seemed so fast. In the blink of an eye, it devoured the nameless employee in one bite. And right after that, everyone started screaming in chaos. I had gone through handling countless suppressions, but that day, for the first time, I regretted ever joining the company. I was certain I wouldn't get out of there alive. This helplessness overwhelmed me. I couldn't even think about fighting back against the monster. Many others were feeling the same. I think I'm the only one who stayed sane enough to write this among other survivors. The company will never tell our newbies about the existence of that monster. However, I wanted to leave them a warning at the very least. That's why I'm writing this. So, okay. So... Oh yeah. So this is what one of my travelers meant when they said that a boss would happen if I had the three birds. Yeah, if I had a Judgment Bird, Big Bird, and Punishing Bird, they're gonna become this shit. Oh, fuck. So do I get this information because I had the three birds, or did I accidentally form this bird without me knowing, and I ended up resetting before I even saw it. I don't know. Whatever it is, it sounds terrifying. Actually, what is his damage output to? What the free? Oh no, this is work damage. Yeah, I can't even. Do I even have any? Okay. Holy shit! This shit looks cool. Okay. Okay, yeah, that armor looks so fucking cool. Yeah, I can see Judgment Bird, the Big Bird, and some of the Punishing Bird too. Oh, and that fucking sword too. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Man- uh, uh, Managerial guidelines. 1. The big bird's eyes imprison light. Okay, the long bird's arms conceal time. And the small bird's beak whisper endlessly. As long as they exist, the Pokedex bird will not disappear. Ah, yeah, I see. Yeah. Okay, okay. Well, immune. Shit. Okay. Does one even fight it? I don't know. Fuck. Okay, let's keep reading. The King of Greed. The first bit of humanity's desire started with the bite of a sweet apple. We've been banished from Edens for that sin, and now we're standing inside a vast orchard. My basket is so large, all the fruits of the world can make it full. But is it so bad for to lust for honey when there are flowers? After all, we are born to pursue happiness. Happiness becomes obsession. Obsession becomes greed. The greed forever solidified to become a golden amber. The happiness is the beginning, still holding a smile, dwells inside. The first seed of desire originated from the pure yearning for happiness. The tiny seed grew larger and larger, hungering for more. Over time, the seed hardened and turned into a piece of shiny gem. Enticed by its sheen, a starving fish swallowed it, but it only made the fish even hungrier. The desire of people usually go unfulfilled. Many desires are abandoned, but they are not completely gone. They hide deep in the subconscious, lurking at the bottom of the lake, ready to spring up at any moment. However, the yearning for happiness may also rear its head from time to time, darting its tongue like a snake. As soon as a tiny piece of bait falls into the river, the hungry fish will come up and snatch it in an instant, with a loot with a lot of cells to be highly rational beings who are in full control of these things. But it's such a preposterous belief, it's laughable. We don't have as much control of ourselves as we believe. The magical girl, who was no longer a magical girl, ate many things. Authority, money, fame, and many other forms of pleasure. She ended up eating away anything in her sight. Now only visceral greed remains. Someone's diary. Many people have secretly wished for a hero. They say there was once someone called something called soul therapy. What does it feel like to have an ill soul? We are all healthy, but maybe all of this is a tragic illusion. Once there were people who tried to change the world. We all remember them. We remember how they met their downfall. Desires I know of desires that ruin all things. We no longer believe in something, nor do we entertain a hope for a miracle. We don't think too much about why they change, and we don't blame them. For we have realized that endless desire brings despair. I sometimes feel a terrible dejection, but I do not know where the pain comes from. Many people have secretly wished for a hero. Deep is the sorrow of the world, greed, deeper still than agony. Sadness says, begone, pass away! But the greed seeks eternity, seeks deep eternity. That's deep. I'm gonna need to drink a little. Alright, I only have this page and the next one, so we are pretty close to completing. Okay, let's keep going. The funeral of the dead butterflies. Dead butterflies. Where does one go when they die? Where did all the employees who work here go? They must have returned home to have to a haven where family and warmth await. The employees cannot leave. Once they join the company, the only way to leave is to resign. And then those resigned employees must have returned home after having earned what they wanted to be and being full of hope. We are the feathers of a wing. Resignation isn't as simple as you think. Just like how a feather doesn't detach from a wing of its own will. Then where did all their signing employees go? They're bound to the company the moment they enter. Even if they do resign, they are doomed to stay here forever. Long ago, in some world, people believed that they would become beautiful beings with small wings when they died. It's a silly story, nonsensical too. If we get wings, we will be able to leave this place. We get our wings only after we retire. They say the mourner with a huge luggage on his back had come to be a savior to all. Eventually, he himself was trapped in this place, and now he wanders the company with only the memory of an empty faith. He's carrying a large coffin to pay tribute to the employees who have nowhere else to go. However, it is still too small to comfort those innocent sacrifices. Inside it is a kaleidoscope of butterflies waiting for the moment to fall asleep. Until then, they flutter their wings uselessly, the wings that may have been many jumbled into one, or one split into many. Butterflies are supposed to pollinate flowers, but not a single proper flower blooms in his place. There is no choice but to wait. After all, there must be an end to every world. Well, that's fucking depressing. There are three truths. The devil ultimately wished for despair. For despair wears down the mind and drains one's will to go forward. When one feels there's nothing left to go for, their soul falls down to hell, the devil's domain. This is why the devil finds it more entertaining to watch people fall to despair, rather than to simply kill them. We describe it as selling one's soul to the devil. When a marksman receives a gun from the devil proposes a childish contract. The last bullet will puncture the head of his beloved. The moment he heard that, he saw it and shot all the people he loved. Then he told the devil this magical bullet can truly hit anyone just like you say. With the last bullet gone for good, the hunter traveled to numerous worlds. Sometimes he helped those in need for fought evils, but it was all done on impulse, not a gesture of goodwill or ideal. In one world, he was called a righteous hunter, while in another, he was a blood-stained gunman. One day, the marksman realized the devil no longer followed him. He wondered why, and realized that his soul had already fallen to hell from the beginning. The contract had already been fulfilled, so the devil had left. The marksman, now a devil himself, continued to pull the trigger to gather the souls of others. Just as the devil said, the bullets will puncture anything you please. Forever. Phew. Sheesh. Dreams of a Black Swan. Elijah. Oh shit, Elijah! Oh! Oh shit, this is about. Yeah, Elijah slash Malkuth. Okay. Elijah had a large family to provide for. Okay, okay, that immediately. Fucking sucks knowing what happened to her. Her impoverished parents would say, I would say, although we don't have anything to pass on to you, we have the most valuable treasure, honesty and diligence. This may not be of great help to you, but they will make all of you happy someday. Yeah, so much for that. One day, a dense fog covered the city. The hazy fog, thought to be a natural phenomenon at first, didn't dissipate even after a few days had passed. Some claim it was making them feel nauseous or making them retch, but most people thought nothing of it. A lot of people continued to work and go about their days in the fog. Of course, Elijah was one of the people who had to be okay with it. She was the only family member with a proper job, and the inheritance of poverty had left them in huge debt. Elijah had several brothers. Oh my god, she has a lot of family, oh. But their wills were broken after being faced with several failures. Elijah was always tired, but she thought if she just worked a little harder, things would work themselves out, just like what her parents used to say to her, and just like in fairy tales, just like that bird who eventually spread his white wings and become the envy of all. Man, so that's why she had that mentality of trying to prove herself. I see, and all that shit. Some people left the city to escape the fog. They said the city was done for. Elijah didn't listen. Elijah felt queasy at times. She felt her whole body blistering. Almost there, just a little more. If she held out a little longer, the clothes made of nails would be complete. And if she threw them to her brothers, She once loved dearly, then the days when her family lived harmlessly could be restored. One day, on the way home after work, she bumped into a pedestrian running at full speed. Though the pedestrian who crashed into her was at a full sprint, he was unable to get back up, so she offered him a helping hand, asking if he was alright. He slapped her hand away and got up on his own. The pedestrian took a few faltering steps before collapsing again. The man seemed like he was running away from something. He seemed worried that Elijah would hurt him. Elijah tried to ask what was wrong. However, the pedestrian opened his mouth first. The simple act of opening his mouth seemed labored, so she patiently waited for him to talk. The pedestrian didn't open his mouth to speak, giving it to vomit a mixture of blood and waste. Oh! The gooey mixture poured from his mouth at first. When it gushed out from his nose, ears, and eyes. Oh! Oh! If he hadn't been expelling from all of his orifices, then Elijah might have tried to help him. Elijah thought she heard a shout in the distance. She left the vomiting man behind and started to walk slowly. What happens when the black swan wakes up from the dreaming of a white swan? There were many people amidst the fog, some screaming, some laughing, some wielding clubs, some curled up, bodies covered in wounds. Dark, wet, and fetid dregs were scattered all over the ground, covered in footprints. She began to look for her brothers, her family who needed to wear the nettle clothing to be free from the curse, once whom she shared happy dreams with. She saw her dear brothers in the distance. Elijah fell to her knees and finally started to puke up the thing everyone else was vomiting. The lake rippled gently, as if numbers of swans just took flight. Jesus fucking Christ! Are her fucking brothers the fucking peoples that makes the Black Swan? Because if so, fuck. That's fucked up. Fuck, that's fucked up. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay, now I feel. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, the dreaming current slash the fucking shark. Ugh. Just keep showing him the book. Oh, and it has to be a page with pictures, since he probably can't read. When the experiment seems to drag on, try to draw his attention, like mimicking sounds. I don't need to explain every detail, right? Yes, I know it's unfortunate, pitiful, and sad. I do feel human emotions, thank you very much. However, he ultimately survived thanks to this place. I hope he continues to live in any shape or form. If you're thinking the same thing, it'd be easier off if you drop that guilt right now. Tell the kid today's treat is going to be grape flavored candy. It's his favorite. Okay. Excerpt from an encyclopedia. Contrary to popular belief, most sharks are small in size. Yep, okay. There are only a handful of species that cause harm to humans. After all is said and done, the biggest appeal of sharks is their strong jaw and teeth. A shark's jaw can apply an intense amount of force, around 20 times that of an adult human. Besides, their vision and olfactory sense are extremely well developed, allowing them to locate their targets easily. This is why sharks could reign as the ocean's greatest predator until today. The parent had long deserted the child. They said the old infection would kill the child before 2 years passed. The researchers were the child's new parents. He learned the coo and walk. Although unable to walk properly, the child looked the ocean. Instead of visiting the ocean, the child was given candy, which let him see the ocean. Many colors, heights, and days passed. The child, who was thought to die within 2 years, managed to live for a long time. As always, he liked sweet candy, followed them, and loved the place as his home. Though the only thing the child could do as we ran around inside a cramped lab instead of a grass field under the sun, his hands were shaky but filled with enthusiasm, excited about what kind of candy he would eat tomorrow. Huh. Okay, sure. And Borrowing Heaven, another one that I face off screen too. The way to handle this motherfucker was to look at him at all times too. A thorny abnormality that feeds on the gaze of others and sometimes stretches its wings. And don't look away, just keep your eyes open on it. It lives inside your gaze. The containment is but a facade. Contain it in your sight. Blinking's okay, it will tolerate such a brief moment of disruption. However, once it recognizes that it's lost your attention and focus, it will spread its wings. Yes, wings. Ugh. As if to praise a long-forgotten god. Its lean, bloody wings will stretch and cover the whole corridor. The wings still bear fruit, using fresh corpses as food. If it still fails to gain your attention, the stalks will pierce the facility and grow towards the sunny spot. Like an angel, its wings will reach the skies and extend towards the ground, eventually blocking the sun out. But there is still hope. When you finally turn your eyes and bring it within your cognizance, it will return to this deep, dark subterranean area. That is, if you manage to survive by then. That's what a gaze is: attention, an invisible string that connects us. Self-focus, soul focus. Do not come here, as there is no place for you to rest. This is what you wanted to see. When your tears dried up, at least tell me your answer. Huh. The Night of Despair. An abnormality of despair that has gone through a repeated cycle of faith and betrayal, leaving only the emotion that is expressed through black tears. A hero of the past who used to be a guardian of justice, she dedicated her entire life to protect the king, the state, the city, and the weak. The knight had to uphold the laws of God and the pursuit of valor, chivalry, and justice. However, after a long history fraught with hardship and conflict, the knight realized in retrospect that nothing was truly upheld on her watch. The truth changed a lot of people. The one who fought for good became evil upon realizing that there was no evil left in the world. Huh, actually, that reminds me of Magical Girl. The one who dreamed of a world where everyone could be happy was tinged with greed and started to devour everything. The king of greed. Like them, so many things once thought to be forever constant face change and perish. Who said a knight never cries? Have you ever seen tears brought out by despair, not sadness? The endless stream of grief has long turned the eye sockets into hollow husk. Inside, black diamonds sometimes fall down like ashes. Huh. The will to protect seems to remain unchanged from all this time. Even in containment, it is still obsessed with the act of protection. All that remains is the hollow pride of the weather knight, the tenacity of the hero who cannot leave the past behind his pitiful sight. When justice turns its back once more, several dozen blades will rove without a purpose. In shame of failing to defend once again, and in rage against the world, the swords will eventually point at those she could not protect. The knight who wanted to redeem herself by saving others was now dishonorably called the Knight of Despair, forgotten from the people's memories, just like the others. Well, that sucks. Yeah, Mountain of Smiling Bodies, that's the name of this fucker. I need water. Okay, continuing. It's not like these kinds of happenings aren't common here, but one day, dozens of employees were killed in an incident. The reason is the same as always. Sometimes something breaches, they attempt to stop it, then it leads to another breach. The one unfortunate thing was the department was sealed off before things could get any worse, so they all died in the same place. Literally, a mountain of bodies was formed. Obviously, no one wanted to clean up that mess. Normally, it should have been taken care of within the day, but because the incident was just so horrific and everyone was so exhausted, the cleanup was delayed with authorization from the department Sephiroth. Don't ask me which department it was. Okay, so it is lobotomy. Yeah, that means it is this one. And don't ask me which department it was in. I don't remember all the details. When left out in the open, a corpse will begin to rot within a few hours. Most of the bodies that die here are damaged in one way or another, so they decay even faster. You probably don't know it yet, but most of the employees there are rather skilled at cleaning up dead bodies. Tidying up over and over will make anyone an expert at it, whether you want it or not. Let's say someone you were talking to about dinner plans just died horrifically. With your repeated experiences to help you, you won't be vomiting or running away, at least. Whoops, I sidetracked a little there. Anyway, and in other circumstances, the mountain would have been removed quickly, but it remained in the department for quite a long time. So it decayed, melted, corroded, and broke down following the laws of nature. That's how its creation began. From the mountain of bodies, the dead gave life to something. Amazed yet? I still got more to tell you. The dead fused with one another, all smiling, sharing body parts, at least those who were still intact. They became each other's legs and mouth. And that doesn't mean they're conscious or has also been restored, though. It only wants one thing: our flesh drenched in blood. When there's an announcement of someone's death, the first thing you should do is check if the thing is quarantined. Once it gets a whiff of the scent, it will pursue us in an instant. The smiling faces are unfamiliar yet sorrowful. The more bodies it comes across, the more defiant its chase become, and it never satisfied. I'm telling you all of this because it's almost here. Accidents always happen in this place. Some may spare a bit of their time for a moment of silence, but most will turn away thinking, again? At the very least, one thing that was done right is that the department's been sealed off. I'm the only one left anyway. Did you learn anything from my story? What kind of lesson can be learned from a story as horrible as this, you ask? It's similar to most fairy tales. Don't be lazy in the lesson. When my voice ceases, come here and clean up your colleagues in exactly 3 minutes. Pretty soon I won't be able to keep talking. I'm about to swallow a large bomb. Time's running out. Blood is flowing all around here. I'm starting to see the smiling faces now. Something you don't see much around here. Don't be surprised when you hear a loud explosion. Like I said, it's precisely 3 minutes. I'm sure a bomb this size will be able to suppress it. The last body it finds will be mine. Wow! Motherfucker went out with a bang! Damn! Okay, big respects for that guy. Big respects for that guy. Mirror of Adjustment. Oh wait, shit. No, next one is this. Oops. Schnefrauda. A mechanical abnormality capable of walking on its own. Someone's persistent gaze can be felt from the keyhole inside the machine. It blinks but never closes. The purpose of the AI of what it is observing is unknown. After several experiments, it has been discovered that when one or more employees stare at the abnormality, the condition becomes far worse. Experiment D0002. An employee was sent in after covering their eyes with a thick cloth. The cloth must be made from a fine opaque material. The test must be conducted to ensure the cloth completely blocks their vision. After altering the abnormality's containment unit, they face the direction of the abnormality for 10 seconds. No reaction. Experiment D0003. A similar experiment with D002, an employee was sent in with their eyes covered. The cloth was identical to the one used in D0002, but allowed the employee to discern some forms. After entering the containment unit of the abnormality, they faced towards the abnormality for 10 seconds. After 5 seconds, it aggressively approached the employee. Experiment halted. Experiment D0004. This time, a blind employee was sent in without any covering. The employee faced the abnormality for more than 30 seconds. There was no reaction. Please dispose of the subject using D004 immediately. Whoa, why? Memo. When training employee who have never worked with abnormality before, it goes without saying, but please make sure to tell them not to look at the abnormality directly. If someone raises doubts about this, tell them what happened to employee Yumi, who didn't follow instructions and stared directly at the abnormality. Memo 2. Employee Yumi can no longer be in charge of this abnormality. She claims that she is under constant surveillance, but this is a preposterous accusation and we believe that she has a severe delusion disorder. Most of what she says is nonsense, but to put it simply, she claims that someone keeps watching her, whether she's eating or going to the restroom. Also, whenever she sees something like a keyhole or a crack between a door, she will become hysterical and try to seal any hole that she sees. However, what's more aggravating is that her mental corruption levels read normal, which makes it difficult for us to understand, difficult for us to dispose of her by the system. Please replace her soon. Memo 3. Oh, the request we made before was resolved. Employee Yumi was found in her room. She covered all the holes in her room with duct tape, including the vent. She even stabbed her eyes out with a pen. Oh. The delusional disorder seems to have been resolved as well. She's not muttering nonsense anymore. However, I have to wonder why you would want to send a blind employee to the containment unit again. I don't know what experiment D004 is about, but I don't think it will do much good. Oh, and then they kill her. Oh. Well, that sucks. Notes from a crazy researcher. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we read that one. As we did with this and with this. And with this, and with this. The first I did though. Okay. Fairy Festival. The abnormality is similar to a fairy, having two pairs of wings and a small body. They act as a cluster. They use a language we cannot understand to communicate with each other. They follow a few employees around when they carry the containment unit, using their special abilities to heal their injuries. Employees call this act the fairy scare. Fair enough. The fairies protect our employees. If you often act out of a goodness of your heart and are a lover of nature, then the fairies will gladly take care of you. Everything will be peaceful while you are under the fairies' care, and also enjoy the envious glances you'll get from the other employees. Not that it's important, but what if the fairies don't approach you? Then you should reflect on your life. Ouch! When Emil and I took shifts entering the fairies' containment unit, the fairies did not hesitate to approach me. Only me, never towards Emil. You all know Emil and how he is. Why, just yesterday he refused to share his snacks with me, and he was acting all high and mighty. It is a sacred act to be protected by fairies in any world. However, do not enter their containment unit just to have a bit of fun. If you read a few books on them, you'll know that fairies dislike those who take advantage of their kindness. Yep, that is true. That is true. The corresponding document is only accessible by employee level 4 and higher. Ooh. When Walter, who was under the care of the fairies, died in the room of another abnormality, we noticed some anomalies. His stomach and face were ripped off, and his eyeballs and organs were damaged as if they were eaten by something. Moreover, the containment unit Walter was found in was for an abnormality that uses psychological attacks. Meanwhile, the fairies had someone's blood and flesh smeared all over their mouths. We did not bother to examine them to find out whose flesh and blood it was. In our world, there are a few outcomes that result from perfect kindness. Having fairies that live in the forest visit you just because they like you, or that you've done many good deeds, is only something that happens in fairy tales. Even though we know this truth, we will sometimes become deluded, thinking that the fairy scare is happening because of all the good deeds that we've done, or that the fairies are favoring us because there is something that makes us more special than the other employees. The fairies are no more than carnivorous monsters, and their protection is their method to keep the meat fresh. Oh! When an employee enters another containment unit, they gobble them up in fear that they will lose their food to something else. Jesus Christ! However, the employees were gladly satisfied by the fairy scare, and we saw a drastic decrease in the accident rate. So we deemed it unnecessary to tell the truth to the employees. Oh! So they only tell the truth to level 4. Oh. Well, damn. Oh shit. Okay. And yeah, that's Spraying Straight to Hell. You know it, you love it. Okay, I'm gonna need some water for this final section. Okay, let's go. The Scarecrow searching for wisdom. An abnormality taking the form of a straw scarecrow. The straw is stained with blood. The head is empty, as if someone forcefully tore it off. It shows aggression towards certain employees, attempting to take their brains. These employees are those who scored excellent on the intelligence test. Each city needed to have its own unique technologies. That was the key to reinvigorating the city. There were numerous ones, but among them, one city saw advancements in technology for a replacement of body parts. It was possible to repair or augment body parts that were broken and malfunctioning, or simply undesirable. Every citizen was eligible for that treatment. However, rumors circulated when a rich person looking to improve their eyesight approached a beggar with broken lungs struggling to breathe, they would transplant the beggar's eyes to the rich person. Then they would abandon the beggar's corpse somewhere along the outskirts. Jesus, still with those rotting lungs. The city's representative reassured them, dismissing the rumors as nonsense. To put the rumors to rest, they announced that they would select a number of sick people from the outskirts and fix the body parts they wanted. Out of the lucky few who were chosen, one returned several days later. He had a visibly long scar on his neck. People asked him how he felt, and he responded that his head felt lighter. He was a man filled with sorrow who used to cry a lot, so everybody believed that the surgery was a success. However, when he was asked about the whereabouts of the others who went with him, he just smiled without uttering a word. Before long, even at his parents' funeral, he showed no emotion. All he did after the treatment was stare out at the window and talked to himself. Eventually, he hung himself on the doorknob of his house. Some people thought that the treatment caused his troubles, but after a few days, he was completely forgotten. The city still remained beautiful, a beautiful place, where the emerald roads sparkled bright as ever. Well, that isn't disturbing at all, huh? Ugh. Did I already read the prophecy? This one? Oh yeah, right. I already read. I already read that one. So okay, yeah. Today's shy look. It's a good day. Are you still shy today? One sunny day, when they were sincerely drying the laundry in the yard, something struck suddenly. In our city, sacrifices for corporates must be highly praised. Honor their deaths. No reason for you to cry either. Rather, you should be glad. What's with that look on your face? That kind of facial expression isn't recommended in our city. Goodness, why are you making such a face? You are making others feel gloomy too. Please be more considerate. You don't live in this world alone after all. You are very poor at expressing your emotions. You must be quite shy. Hey, try to look more pleased. That way, those living in the outskirts will be more envious of us. Put a bigger smile on your face. It's not that hard. Next time, try to express yourself more clearly. It's very important to express oneself in this society. One sunny day, just like that day, they sincerely dried the laundry. They dried their own skin. Ugh. Everyone was finally satisfied when they showed a bright smile. If they met people who asked what was wrong, they would respond, "I'm just shy, that's all, just shy." If one tries to look at the face behind the skin, the result will not be pretty. The space behind their skin is the only personal space that they have left. Leaving it uninvaded is the last bit of generosity the city can offer. Ugh, I see. Okay, did I read? Yeah, I already read this. Oh yeah, sheep. Boy dream. I wish to sleep eternally, so don't bother trying to wake me up again. An abnormality whose form sports a gold fur and horns. It is not unique in regards to its appearance, with the exception of several colorful eyes embedded upon its body. Getting information about this abnormality is expected to be difficult due to its ceaseless slumber. Plus, the following counseling log illustrates how Void Dream's ability to make any person slumber psychologically affects the employees. The results indicate that we cannot utilize this ability to reduce the mental corruption of our staff. Please refer to this record for further research. Vincent, please make it quick. I gotta sleep. Counselor, is that because of the abnormality? Vincent, yeah, I remember seeing something that looked like a sheep pass by me and, well, I fell asleep. Since then, I've been like this. Do you remember the dream you had back when that occurred? Oh, I could never forget that dream. Could you please tell me as much as you can about it? It was happy, wonderful, sweet dream. That's all the words I need to describe it. Heck, I even felt glad to be working for this company. And I saw a guy who's not with me anymore. He was right next to me. Huh. Yeah, so they give you, it gives you sweet dreams. It's so sweet that you never want to wake up. Because of that, I couldn't get a hold of myself on myself when I woke up. I see. I heard a little about you from the other employees recently. All of them say that that the only thing you do outside of work is sleep. Could you please tell me why? Do you understand what I'm talking about? I just want to have that dream again. That dream where I was there with them, recalling those happy moments. But I couldn't go back, no matter how many times I slept. I slept and slept, and yet. I see. I must you to take some rest in your room. They said everyone who woke up after hearing that abnormality sound went mad. People think it's because they all had a horrible nightmare they couldn't handle. It's actually the other way around. Because, yeah, they woke up because they fall into despair for not being able to be in the dream again. I'm guessing. The reality they had to wake up, yeah, the reality they had to wake up was so terrible that the souls gave up on the waking life. As you know, the time flows differently in dreams. A mere instant of waking life constitutes an eternity in the dream world. Maybe if Void Dream were to put me to sleep again, then I might just have that wonderful dream anew. I'll prescribe you some sleep medicine. I assure you that I'll help you sleep. Please get some rest for now. Finally, you will be prohibited from entering the anomalous containment unit from now on. A demon must change its shape to deceive others. A demon must grant sweet dreams to deceive others. The grab appears in the human mind when it's shown the dreams it yearns for. A demon will never miss this chance to bring under them their doom. Don't say such complicated things. Don't say those scary words. I just want to grant people sweet dreams. Grant them enrapturing dreams they want. Those who've had my dreams are destined to come back to me. So just close your eyes. In the dream, your smile was beaming and we chatted with such liveliness. When I came back to waking life, I realized I was back in a world in which you no longer existed. I felt a void as big as that. Fleeting happiness I felt in my dream filled my heart. I closed my eyes and forced myself to sleep, but morning was still to come no matter what. I think that's when my soul started to crumble. In fact, I was already broken since the day I parted with you. But I've only been acting fine. My soul was already shattering itself into fragments after the passing of that day. Once I saw you again, my yearning for you began to bear down too heavily. I couldn't ever go back to my old self again. Counseling, rest, all of it was useless. I spent days by myself, agonizing until I finally realized it. It lured me with an unforgettable bait. That was the price for being eaten away by nightmares. And then it left me with nothing but void, so I would have no choice but to return to it. Then I got lost to it. I don't want to know anything anymore. Please, eat my dreams. Fuck. That is fucking depressing. Ugh. Yeah, that sure reminds me of a certain thing that that reminds me of that one demon in Kimetsu no Yaiba. Shit. Except the nightmare at the end part. El Llanto de la Luna. This abnormality was created with the ideas provided by Tumbling Baker, Ere. An old woman with a piano at her side, her eyes are usually closed, she only nods instead of speaking, but on rare occasions she will faintly smile. Excerpt from a newspaper article. The world's greatest pianist, redacted, always gave her best performance when playing that sonata, her favorite piece. Many praised her excellent skill. Some couldn't even stay seated when she played the third movement because of the overflowing energy and madness that would come of her performance. In her now empty residence, from which she left the moon, lies the piano she played since childhood, and shrunken heads which allow us to delve into her mind. Excerpt of audio record of employee redacted counseling. I mean, we didn't see anything outstanding when we went to secure it. There was just some lady sitting there. It was like she had been waiting for us to come. What happened when one of us approached her? Well, that guy didn't know the first thing about art or music, but before we knew it, he was playing the first movement of that sonata. And the lady smiled. To be honest, I don't think I'll ever get to hear a piano performance as beautiful as what I heard. Then ever again. We never got to see that guy again. That's why you need my testimony, right? Because I played the third movement. Oh, okay. I don't know how or why it makes you play. Your hands just move and you feel euphoric while playing it. Everything around you fades away. It's just you and the piano. After I finished playing, exhausted, I realized what my feet had been pressing down on weren't pedals, but severed heads. Oh! The moon represents the human psyche. They often say that the moon is beautiful, but when enough time has passed, when you look at it and see what kind of face it truly wears, you realize you were madly in love with something so broken and shattered. In the end, we all become like the moon. All because we can't bear ourselves. Depressing! Okay, Popode. Popode. I need water. Okay, let's go. This abnormality was created with the ideas provided by Tumbling Bucker, Lee Eun-hee. A super fluffy, ultra cute puppy with the white fur like fresh snow. This abnormality is so cute that just taking a short little glance at it will make you feel so much better. It has the eyes of an angel, and is the purest thing in the world. Further descriptions of this creature have been omitted for brevity's sake. The rest of the sentences are essentially just saying it's so cute in various ways. This little abnormality couldn't be evil at all. The only thing you have to worry about is your heart aching if you look at it too long because it's just so cute. In fact, employees who enter this abnormalities containment unit tend to lose themselves a bit and often need to be forcibly removed from the unit by other employees. Caution needs to be taken, as the assisting employees can also become captivated by its cuteness and become lost as well. Attempts to bring the abnormality out of its unit may occur from time to time, but this is not a concern as they are typically prevented by other employees. When too many employees want to work with this abnormality, a lottery will be held to decide who gets the privilege of doing so. Our employees tend to show symptoms of mental regression, such as oddly toned speech with high pitch upon entering the containment unit, but it is the only a temporary problem. Like the saying, "Oh, it's so cute," thing like that, like that. Many of our employees refer to this abnormality as the goodest boy in the world, Papode. However, its official designation is simply Papode. Please make sure you don't get confused. yeah, I get it. Every employee who enters its containment unit must upload a video or photo report of this abnormality. This is highly, extremely, uber important. Ensure that nobody misses this. You just want to see the fucking photos of the fucking dog, don't you? A company of this size will always have a rumor or two floating around. I heard that you can hear someone's bones breaking if you're walking the hallway at night. If you try and track down that sound, you'll find a Yeti who's eating one of our employees. However, we don't have an abnormality that looks anything like a Yeti. Yeah, I know what that is. Excerpt of an audio record. John, you should be thankful, dude. You got a lucky chance to get to work with the goodest boy in the world, Papode. He's vaping me with his boss. Is this an attack? He just wants you to feed him. Don't you know there is a trend in our company to always carry a packet of dog food or two? Well, I don't really like animals. He jolted out an irritated mumble. By the way, this little puppy is pretty beefy. Is that how dogs usually are? I guess this one's played a lot of catch, huh? We used to play fetch with him pretty often just to watch how cute he was running after the ball, though we stopped for some reason. Hey, did you see his face when I fed it? It was super creepy, I swear. It's just your imagination, man. He's always like a little angel. Isn't that why? Who's a good boy? Jeez, does this thing have some kind of power to mentally manipulate people? No idea what you're on about, Jacob. Do you do the body with the Pokedex? Do you did you Oh, he fell to the cuteness. I see. He fell to the cuteness of the puppy. Did you wait for me, Papade boy? Oh, hey, it's eating something. Aren't we supposed to be the first people in its unit today? My little goody boy was just hungry. Oh, man, he's just so cute. Look how he's numbing on that. What the hell is it showing? Oh shit! I knew it. That's James' finger, man. He went missing during the last patrol shift. Can't you see the nail? Remember him bragging about having a heart painted on his nails? I told you, dude. The thing's up to no good. I can't believe it. Who? The Sablabad is the killer. I get that you're shocked, but I told you a bunch of times that there's no way a cute pet will be harmless in this place. Man, I'm glad you finally kept your sense. Who would have fed him on time? Oh. Poor little guy's been starving all night. It's so heartbreaking. Well, I think we're supposed to suppress it. How could you even suppress doing something so hard to a cute little good boy like this? Just look at his eyes. How would a innocent animal do anything wrong? Is that why you go with a cute wee boy? This abnormality shows no reaction, only the sound of a bone being gnawed on its audible. Dude, your little angel is now on our colleague's bone, on our colleague's finger. What are you, an UV? Don't you know everything cute is forgiven here? I never heard that. I seriously don't think it's true. We got tranquilize it, and if you won't, then I'll do it by myself. The sound of a tranquilizer shot being fired can be heard. No! The body begins to whimper. The recording cuts off after a bit of shouting. Following the evidence I provided in the recording, I requested that Jacob be immediately demoted for firing such a thing at Papode. A terrible evil animal abuser has no place working in our company. Our goodest boy in the world, Papali, has been traumatized by this event. He'll only eat 5 kilograms of his favorite snacks now. To help him cope with the trauma, I suggest we request a new snack for Papode. Premium grade salmon rich with vitamin B. I'll be waiting for your reply. Your request has been accepted. Postdata. In your next batches, please make sure you attach make sure you attach 5 different photos of the goodest boy in the world, Papade. Thank you in advance, you motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. Oh, you bitch! The Parasite Tree. Oh, I hate you so much. This abnormality was created with the ideas provided by Tumblet Backer. Okay, yeah. A user, I'm guessing. An abnormality taking the form of a tree with plentiful leaves. The leaves are lush with a rich green color, creating a comforting ambience. A refreshing flowery scent is carried by a gentle breeze. Employees who made contact with the abnormality stated that it's provided them a significant psychological comfort. Such statements were deemed truthful as the employees displayed a visible increase in work efficiency, along with a notable decrease in mental corruption, an extreme from an employee's diary. At first, I thought it was just my imagination from being sleep deprived, but as my body and mind got more and more exhausted, the voice calling me got clearer and clearer. I can help you with your problem. Yeah, that's right, you can help me. What was I worrying about? I can smell a flowery scent. They imported a tree. That tree, standing in the middle of the containment unit, was such a beautiful sight to behold. I could feel the scent of flowers fleet across my face, even though there was no breeze or wind. Smelling that scent for even just a moment makes my attachment for the tree blindly grow. I was very intuitive since in my childhood, so I could sense that this artificial attachment was hazardous. Even since then, I have tried everything I could to avoid contact with that tree, making all kinds of excuses whenever I was assigned work to it on it. Well, if you put it that way, just this once, okay? Jeez, did that tree do something to you? My colleague banter gets stuck in my ear. Did it do something? Yes, it did, and it scares me. A few days later, the same colleague has now become a stout worker, wearing a constant smile on his face. I knew he's always been an optimistic person, but I couldn't help but feel uneasy because his face seemed strangely comfortable. Really? Do I seem content lately? Well, yeah, well, that's because of the tree is helping me out. He answered lightly-hearted. From my years of experience, I can say for certain that few people can smile so sincerely while working for this company. That means when someone keeps smiling at work, it's a sign that something went wrong. My suspicion immediately led me to report this behavior to my superior. The answer came sooner than I thought. He said that I am to observe the abnormality myself and file an observation report because there have been several abnormal behaviors related to this tree, which were identified in several other employees, not just the guy reported. The order forced me to finally conduct this tree that I had been avoiding as best as I could. I knew I couldn't pass it over to someone else this time. It was no longer a barren, naked tree that I saw the day it was imported. Instead, I saw a containment unit covering grass that seemed to be sprawling around the tree, which was peculiar since there's no way grass can grow in a containment unit. This facility is completely inorganic. Hello, have you come here to receive my blessing too? The moment I felt that something was wrong, a voice echoed in my head. It was difficult to decrypt the contents of the diary from this point onwards, as the writing becomes heavily distorted. I don't know how I wrote the observation report. All that's certain is I just wrote what I felt about the tree. This beautiful plant is bringing happiness to every employee who visits its containment unit. It will soon greatly contribute to humanity's quest for prosperity and advancement. But how could an abnormality be such a good influence on humanity? I just want to help you. A voice without a single speck of malicious intent echoed again in my head. Yes, you're right. You're just helping me. And if you're okay with it, could you bring all your friends who are having a hard time here? I believe I can help them. Yes, this tree will easily bring the peace to their mind. Speaking of which, that newbie seemed to be pretty depressed daily. Hey, I know a place that'll make you feel better. Come along if you want to. She followed me without any suspicion. It wasn't hard to bring her to the tree's containment unit. I ever heard to the tree. She could get better. She will get better. You brought a friend.
You are a good child. Let me give you with something. I could feel something sprouting from my body. I couldn't move my limbs. No, this isn't a bad thing. I am being reborn with the tree. The tree has entered me, transfixed me. We proliferated and became whole. Ah, I can completely feel it now. And that's what happens? Yep, and then yeah, it transforms you into a fucking tree. That motherfucker. Melting Love, Aleph. Yeah, this abnormality was created with the idea provided by Tumbling Bacteria. A melting slime with a resemblance of humans to humans when inspected closely. It looks very smashing, to say the least. This containment unit is covered in its mucus secretions. Today, I like to talk about the recent incidents everyone has heard of. That's right, that dreadful incident when an army of slimes took over our facility for redacted minutes. There were several containers left in the redacted lab which were not processed properly during the experiment related to redacted. If you know about the redacted experiment, you would already know that the contents of those containers are merely useless leftovers that only prove the experiment has failed. Our researchers felt there was no need to dispose of them. It was obvious that one newbie to the research team had no idea what was inside of those containers. Employee Marie found the containers of pink slime and felt that they could pose a threat. It is assumed that she thoroughly concealed and kept them in redacted status. If my assumption is correct, the melted object in those containers was probably the redacted of redacted. I became sure of this when I read the passage that described its appearance as that of an adolescent human. I don't know if it was fortunate for us or not, but its memories, including those of the experiments, were completely gone. He could barely speak a word or two. He was also mentally unstable. He became extremely nervous whenever Marie was not present. A brother. Marie had a brother whom she lost during her childhood. It all started when she felt an attachment to the childlike pink slime that followed her around. Marie showed an unprecedented level of decrease in her mental corruption. Indeed, it was extremely unusual. Of course, it was certain that the abnormality somehow affected her in a positive way, but that was the end of the benefits. Her colleagues started noticing her odd behaviors. They tried to ask her about them. It was the right thing to do. They were educated about the potential implications of a steep decrease in mental health corruption levels, and understood that a person disappearing every single break time is a dangerous sign. However, Marie didn't say a word to them and ended up detained in the counseling room until she opened up. Meanwhile, this slimy creature that had forgotten everything instinctively remembered one thing. It had to get out of the facility, no matter what. This abnormality once again felt extremely nervous when Marie didn't show up on time. It thought that she was in danger. It was then that it decided to escape with her. Oh. A rare bond had formed between the two. They cared about each other from the bottom of their hearts. Confined within the counseling room, Marie eventually gave up her right to remain silent and began to reveal what she had done. How she kept the contents inside the container, and how she was able to form a bond with it. However, she couldn't finish her words. It was because she melted in the blink of an eye. Oh. Moments after, signs of an anomaly showed up on her skin. Yes, she quite literally melted in her entirety. And that wasn't the end of it. The slime that once was Marie a few seconds ago began to move. It wasn't a difficult task for a fluid creature to slid under the door at the counseling room. Did it have a speck of human rationality? No. Just like a newborn duckling blindly follows its mother, it simply moved towards the abnormality. And it wasn't just Marie that turned it to slime. Every single employee who had made contact with her in some way began to melt too. Those who were questioned her, who had shared a meal with her, who had worked together. Soon, this army of slime began to attack other employees. All of other mother slime. All for the mother slime, the almighty they love. Yes, out of love and love alone, they killed. Fuck. And my dear employees, I do hope you all didn't forget to put on the gas mask we distributed to you before we entered. Did you? I do hope that no one took it off out of boredom or stuffiness. I must inform you all that some of you are already infected by the slime I told you about. We did not give gas masks to some of you, and we did say it was because we were out of stock. Though to be truthful, it was just so we could distinguish between those who are infected and those who are not. You may feel fine now, but before an hour passes, your flesh and bones will start to melt, and your mind will disintegrate into pitch black nothingness. Then you will begin trying to wreak havoc on the facility. You'll probably, as your first action in your new form, jump at the employees sitting right next to you, all for the mess of slime you so adore. Yes, I know. It's unbelievable. You feel so alive and clear now. Just how on earth could you melt down into a slime? And yet, you will. It's not your fault, of course. Someone among you made contact with the slime abnormality, and you were just the unlucky sap who happened to be around that person. It's meaningless now to determine patient zero. I doubt they had any idea how catastrophic the results of their actions would be. I doubt they had any idea how catastrophic the results of their actions would be. They did that out of pure affection, after all. Finally, those uninfected who are wearing masks, please ensure you pay extra attention to your hygiene and immediately report when you see an employee acting out of the ordinary. You'll simply be infected as well if you attempt to help them. Now, in your desk, there will be a 9mm pistols, all perfectly locked and loaded. What you must do now should be clear. We will not open the doors until the situation is taken care of. If you think this is too cruel, allow me to remind you that this is your job. I hope to see you again once everything has been handled.
Well, shit.
The two remaining, Ozma. Ozma took a knife to cut the pumpkin. He immediately ran towards the place where the magician was, without a care in the world. One very ladylike and beautiful person was staring at me with a look of disbelief on her face. Finally, I sprinkled my favorite cinnamon powder and held that pumpkin to my chest. I wonder why I believe someone else's story. Why? The only ones left by my side are these children. My dear child. Let's give them a new life.
Okay. And Lunar Valkyries of Love. Oh, buddy. I need water.
Okay, let's go. Thank you for holding my hand. I won't ever let you go again. I never told you that, did I? In the past? A few times my sister was awake, we would play hide and seek. My sister was in charge of seeking, and I was in charge of hiding. Even though the room wasn't very big, I could always think of places to hide. Gaps between the bookshelves, behind curtains, hidden stacks of books. Of course, my sister was always quick at finding where I was hiding. She said she gave me a special gift if I won. Back then, no one had ever promised me something like that before. I was so happy and excited I didn't even think about how big a deal it must have been for her to promise that. Now that I think about it, every game of hide and seek is like an exercise in escaping from that cage. That day, I hid in the coffin, put a dark velvet cushion over my body and waited for my sisters to find me. She searched for a long time and even called the guards, telling them I was missing. I wanted to get up and tell my sister where I was, but she held my hand down through the velvet cushion. There were muffled footsteps and alarming bearing. My sister told me to hide in her cloak, and she said the game wasn't over yet, and no matter what happened, I couldn't make a sound. I couldn't see what was going on outside. I could only follow her footsteps. She didn't walk fast, but she seemed unusually determined. It wasn't until those voices were far in the distance that my sister breathed a sigh of relief. I can still remember her whole body shaking. She said, "Now you can open your eyes and see the world just like from your books." I would go on to see all sorts of places. Restaurants, amusement parks, seashores, game centers, Ferris wheels. There was still nothing without joy by my side. My heart would always feel empty. I couldn't get over how nice it would be to have you there too. There was no time to be sad. Sometimes someone had just thought me a cruel truth. Someone had taught me a cruel truth. Cruel truth. I thought of every way I could hide it I could hide from it, but it was always useless. Why should I be at the mercy of these so-called rules? Why is the story of Teresa always destined to be a tragedy? I never believe in fate. If I'm going to keep you safe, I have to do something about it. I'm willing to do whatever it is to keep you alive. So, in that game of hide and seek, I went from the one hiding to the one seeking. I found them and saw so many possible Teresas. They were kind and sincere, and should have had an infinite tomorrow, but they were all bound by rules. Even though they were destined to be victims of fate, the Teresas never gave up hope. So I'm the same. I won't give up on myself. I won't hide in a corner and cry in secret. I won't paralyze myself with memories of better times. This time, it's my turn to fight back. I'm gonna be the most amazing Teresa yet. The great villain that ends it all. Going against fate. Going against these absurd rules. All for one person. And then later, I return to the place where we first met, laying down one line after another. After everything was set up, I disclosed my coordinates to Hyperion. I know you've been looking for me for a long time, so I wanted to give the story to the best ending I could. I was determined to live quietly for you to never ever find me, all while secretly looking forward to meeting you again, hoping that one day I would be able to hold your hand and take a good look at you once more. I know it's a contradiction, but in a way, it's like hide and seek, never making an appearance until just the last moment. I become the one hiding, only this time I'm happy. It's like being a child again. Everything is easier. Just be patient and hide without making a sound. And then the game is over. You don't have to risk your life for me anymore. You can finally embrace your future. I can't believe I lost in the end. I almost did win, but I couldn't help it. I know all about your persistence, your tenderness, your pain. You're still the same person you were at the beginning. You haven't changed one bit after all this time. I saw you running as hard as you could, just to fulfill the promise you made. I realized that what you want is a future with me. You're so special to me. How can I just ignore what your heart truly wants?
And with that, we are done. We finally read all the Pokedex on abnormalities. Boy, that shit was long. Fuck. Yeah, this shit is gonna be. Yeah, I know what's. I know I said to skip this shit when you want to see the gameplay, but yeah, no, this shit was longer than I expected. So this might as well be its own video. But here's the thing: I know that I need at least 2 days so we can see the the dialogues of the welfare team and the disciplinary team. So I'm gonna do those fucking works real fucking quick and show you the fucking cutscenes. And also I need to rest my voice. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh my god, this video's gonna be something, I'll tell you that much. Okay, yeah, but before all that, let's okay. What did I want to show you guys? Oh yeah. Yeah, so here's Big Bird. Here's the motherfucker. Here's the big motherfucker. He loves attachment. Here's yeah, the fucking Riding Hood over here. And yeah, I can just do work with Plaid there. And my favorite Judgment Bird. Here he fucking is. Yeah, but yeah. See you guys on the flip side. Okay, here we go. Now you're researching machines now. That's great. Now I can finally. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, I think I have seen this right. Oh yeah, I have seen this. Yeah. Okay, now this one. There we go. You done it yet again. Lady Angela must have showered you with praise for your work, right? Your efforts will contribute to shaping this place into something better. He speaks with a sarcastic voice of dignity. Such glorious yet boring platitudes. I myself had a burning passion in the past, being responsible for a whole department. How charming is that? I hadn't even acquired a taste for coffee back then. Should I say I developed that taste after learning the bitterness of life? Or rather, I didn't feel like sleeping anymore. Of course, none of that Sephiroth needed to
Of course, none of the Sephiroth need to sleep at all, but it's for the mood, you know? One time, I even insisted on managing the abnormalities myself. I thought that only allowing employees on the field was plain ridiculous. Seems pretty absurd to look back on it now. You must be asking yourself, why have I become like this? Your guess is good as mine. Ooh. Oh! Oh, this is... Oh! Oh, he looks so young! He looks so young! Look at you, so young and happy. Where did the years go? Dear God. Lady Angela, please have a look at this! I spent the whole night researching an efficient method to improve the welfare of our employees.
She said, what did you write up this time? I told you that this will change nothing.
But please, just look it over. This does have a statistically proven impact. And even if and it even costs less. This will be beneficial for everyone.
Listen, she said, no matter how strongly you insist, using machines in place of humans employees will never happen.
And why is that? I explained it to you before. It wouldn't replace humans entirely, simply those who take place in dangerous jobs. It's clear that it will benefit everyone. The casualties caused by abnormalities will be lower too.
How many times do I have to repeat myself? Not the first time and not yet again. Not the first time and no yet again. Return to your post and finish your work.
I'll never give up on this. I swear to you that you will like the plan in the end. I'll keep developing and furthering it. I'll continue to show you again and again, no matter how many times I may have to. And one day he gave up? I wonder what caused it.
She said, regarding that incident where the escape abnormality wiped out all 8 of your team, a few of our employees have made a suggestion to temporarily close down that part of the corridor. There are body parts that still have yet to be disposed of.
Yeah, if they don't dispose of those parts, it will become that fucking mountain of piling corpses abnormality. Alright, I'll order it to be locked and have them take detours. Manager, you heard what she said, right? I need to get going. Tell you I'm busy. It'd be best not to say anything. It'll be alright. Hey now, don't give me a look like that. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Surely that abnormality had knocked them out before disintegrating them. Yeah, I'm sure it was a painless death. Yeah, I am not sure about that, buddy. Everybody... So far I have witnessed nothing but pain, but just very painful deaths. Oop, for the aftermath free. Preventing accidents and mopping after whatever passes is always up to us. Finishing up the workday quickly means we get a bit more time to mop up everything. Go, finish the day within the allotted time limit. Yep, and here I'll go to the disciplinary team just so we get that sweet well, advancement, to say the least. So, what will happen? Alright, time to put you guys in action. Let's see if you manage to survive your first day. Honestly, I am kind of excited to see what will happen. But yeah, right, so, what new abnormality do we have now? Okay, what is this? What is this? Oh yeah, and also, did I get yeah, I have read that, I have read that fucker, yeah, keep eyes on the train. Read that. Yeah, I think I have read everything on here. Well, let's get somebody in here. Okay, you go see what make this thing ticks and see what happens. All right, it seems to be. Okay, this is a WoW entity. Yep, this is a WoW entity, I think. Or it could be mistaken and it could be a he. Oh, it's also doing pale damage. That could be dangerous. Okay, so what are you? Yeah, okay, wow entity. Gonna be careful with this one. Okay, Inside Works seems to be doing the best one, unless it has like oh my god, okay, I was very close to the sun with that one. I hope it doesn't have a gimmick with Inside. When an employee completes their work, he will give the employee a special effect. In the words of the employee, it feels a little old. I can see why. Long River is called. Oldness will increase the employee's work ability, but it will also weaken their combat performance as time goes by. They will move slower and slower, but their work ability will get stronger and stronger. Oh, it quite literally makes them old. Okay, damn. They quite literally will be getting old. Holy shit, what is that outfit, dude? Okay, that's a kick-ass outfit to have. Okay, how about we send you guys inside and see how you deal with it? Oh yeah, right, train. Do not forget the train. Yeah, also, actually, fun fact about the train now. Since everybody has very high tier equipment now, everybody can just survive some of the train's happenings. And it's really fucking cool. Also, I managed to get some E.G.O gifts that I didn't show you guys. Like with her, and also with fucking Athena here. I ended up making her work with the King of Greed, and it fucking worked. So we have a shit ton of things to do. And also other ones. I got some other E.G.O gifts, but later. I'll show them later. Also, some of the times I just leave the E.G.O gifts closed off, unless they look cool on resume. Okay, let's see how you guys do it. Let's see how you guys do work. Okay, seems to be going great. You guys are hanging on. What are your stats now that I think about it? I haven't checked. Okay, you guys handled that shit like a champ. Okay, now let's see if you can survive a train to your face. And you're dead. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Damn, you guys are putting on the work here. Holy shit, just look at you guys. Damn. That was almost perfect, and you already did work before on that one. Well, let's see. Ooh, okay, the E.G.O suit and weapon look pretty cool. Okay, let's read the rest. Every once in a while, employees will suffer pale damage due to aging, and the damage will keep getting higher and higher as time goes by. Damage can be reset for long river jobs. Okay, that's cool. So as long as I keep doing the making you guys do this work, you should be fine. You can get rid of oldness. So so end the day as soon as possible. Fair enough. Fair enough. You will not get out of here until I get all the armor, though. You guys are trapped with me here. And with this, that should be... Yep. Now we have all the armor. Now we just need to get through the day. Yeah, no, I am not doing Chiset's mission today, am I? Oh, fuck. Well, this is gonna be a cool one. Yeah. Squat. Actually, yeah. Gather here. Heal. And squat. Out. Yeah, everybody. Go suppress this fucker. And done and dusted. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I ain't gonna lie, I paused the game running for a sec because I was checking on my father what was happening, and so everything's fine. Apparently for Apocalypse Bear came here, big eyes. Well, let's see how they handle this shit. Alright. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna break everybody. What the fuck? Oh my god. Everything went to shit because I leave the shit running without supervision. Are they gonna be able to take care of this? Are they? Will they? The fucking game over music is playing, man. I have no faith in this shit. But who knows? Maybe they will. For all I know. Oh! The big bird's far-seeing eyes were blinded. Okay, they did it? What is, oh my god! Oh! 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 I see! Not a bullet in? Ah! Yeah, am I even alive at this point? Yeah. Okay. Okay, on the train, yes. Oh my god, well, okay, they got rid of that. How are they alive? Oh, no, never mind, there goes. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, here comes the silent orchestra. By the way, guys, I can't pause. I cannot reset at the moment. I cannot do anything. Where did it go? Oh. Oh, okay, that's a different entity. Did we do it, or did the bird still mad? Jesus fuck. Oh, there it is. There it is. Where did it go? It's just going around everywhere. Okay, everybody try to suppress this shit because I can't do anything else. I cannot do anything else besides try to get out of this mess by just ordering the suppression movement free. Okay, everybody's gonna fucking die at this point. Yeah, what was it? If it goes to movement 4, everything goes to shit? That was it, right? Fuck. 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 Oh dear. Oh, okay, somebody's doing damage. I don't know who's doing damage, but they're doing damage. They're doing damage. They're doing damage. Oh, never mind. No, yeah, no, everybody's dead. Everybody's, oh my god! Piece of shit. So this is what happens when I leave this game unattended, huh? Everybody just dies. Apparently. And there's the bird. You don't have any energy left. Dear fucking lord. Everything. There's nothing left. Nothing. Who's alive even at... Nier? How the fuck is Nier alive? How the fuck are you alive, motherfucker? How are any of you alive still? Never mind, he's dead now. Okay. Well, totally not though. Try to... Okay, dealing with Apocalypse Bear, it's definitely possible on my eyes right now. But definitely not something I would want to deal with at the moment. Definitely not. Jesus fuck Christ. Yeah, there's the King of Greed. There's the Mercenary. Okay, come on. What else can escape? Well, come on. What else? What else? Who's left now? Do I have somebody left? I can't do anything. Oh, there's Amelia. There's Amelia here. Is she even doing anything? What is she doing? Well, it says she's suppressing, but I don't know about that, chief. Oh my god, Amelia's literally the last person alive. Oh, she killed Papode. Yeah, Amelia's the last person alive here. Everybody's Just end my suffering. Just end my suffering, man. Just end it, please. Yeah, no, I can't do anything. I can't fast forward. I can't pause. I can't anything. So this is the power of the apocalypse bird. Oh, shit. I have no words. I have no words. What man? Bitch. Just end me. Just fucking end me. Please. I want to restart the fucking day already. Come on. Where the fuck are you, Red Riding Hood? Are you even alive? Are you now? You're still escaped. Are you like suppressing abnormalities? Is that what you're doing? Oh, come on, please kill me. Please. 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 Why must you toy me with me so? Why? Okay, train, come on, please just run me over. Just run me over, please. I need closure. Come on, I have been here for how much long? Come on. Come on, Bird, why the fuck are you doing anything? My fucking god. But yeah, so to deal with that motherfucker, we need to essentially destroy all those sacks, and then you can start trying to even destroy the bird. Oh my god, and there goes melting love. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, Melia, are you done yet? Please, Melia, we need to die. Please, please die. Okay, finally, Bird, thank you for showing up here. Melia needs to die. Please, let her die. Just let her die already. Thank you. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Oh man. That was not a pleasant experience. But also a funny one. You know that. Yeah, no, that motherfucker is definitely something that I would want to attempt having better, well, not better, just less threatening abnormalities to deal with. Oh, because everything is just gonna escape once that fucker's out. That's what I ended up learning. Oh my god. Look at you guys. You almost fucking died, but hey, you got a cool mask out of Little Red Riding Hood mercenary. Hooray! You just almost died, but you got a mask. Okay, I managed to get out of that one pretty easily once I started to actually pay attention and not just leave the game running. The verse is full of hearts, okay? Let's meet again as stars. Ozma. Okay, you know what? I'll go safe. I know Ozma, so might as well. Yeah, this is new dialogue for me. While humanity prospered with its advanced civilization and technology, it was not aware of its impending suicide as a species. They needed a hero, but ended up beheading said hero with their own hands. A lot of things happened, and a lot of things changed. A change himself from a healer to a creator. The old promises he had made with her sustained him evanescently, but in a world without her, they ultimately became obsolete. Their sins sprung upon his arrogance one by one. And now he changed, very slowly. He became enchanted by the shadows he had created. The plan to discover the disease of mankind became a relic of the past. He became skeptical of man, including himself. As A started looking for something that would guide him without turning against him. The conclusion was very simple. While vile humans could not be trusted, the answer lay in machines. Oh. Oh.
Machines which A loathed deeply became essential to him. Perhaps A wanted to have wings that would allow him to escape from the hellish inferno he had trapped himself in, to reach the heavens. Angelos. That was how I was born.
Hmm. Oh, Gebura will be back soon. Manager, if it's alright with you, could you pass my words along? Gebura, she's extremely obsessed with suppression. Wouldn't you say? You tell me. Any casualty to employees during the suppression process, she entirely disregards it. Lady Angela's perfectly aware, but she conveniently turns a blind eye to it. Gebura's great at handling the abnormalities when they breach. It's as if she was born for this job. So I suppose a few extra dead employees is considered a reasonable trade-off. But you see, as a manager, you should know that massacring abnormalities is not our only priority. Fair enough. Well, I don't know if Gebura will listen to you, but I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a go. A go.
I saw she said leaving. What nonsense did. I saw she said leaving. What nonsense did he ramble on about this time? Be honest with me, I can see everything. Yeah. Let me warn you. Don't act as if you don't. As if you know everything. I've been here for a long time. I've seen much more than you have.
Hmm? Oh!
Experiment subject 0934 will be running a simple test before administering the chemicals.
Christopher.
Ah, Gebura, the machine with a soul, a wonderful creation of Lobotomy Corporation. What does it mean to have a soul? It means one may truly have worth. It's the center of the faith of our venerable Lord A believes in.
Oh.
I participated in this experiment because I trust him. I don't know if I have a soul. If I'm disassembled, there will be a soul. Will there be a soul inside me? Well, it can easily be determined just by talking with you. A soul cannot be seen, but it can be felt. It will be reborn as I confront my own soul. Mankind and the world be changed soon. Trust in A, for he is our savior who shall lead us all. What the fuck is Christopher?
Isabel.
So you're Miss Gebura. I hear a lot about you from Christopher. They say you have a real soul. Our venerable A really is remarkable. Don't pay attention to those who disrespect you. They do not know who your true worth. Meet Gilly, our daughter. She is so kind and sweet, just like you. How does this child also have a soul then? Of course, a soul is something every living creature has. It's the essence of us all, yet not known to many. This world only believes in things that can be seen with the eye. It's a sad belief that will eventually lead everyone to destruction. Miss Angela, is that a monster? That is what we call an abnormality, Gebura. How is it different from monsters? Monsters are in themselves repulsive, terrible creatures at the core, and start of their existence. However, abnormalities originate from humans. Then why does this abnormality have Mr. Christopher's watch? And why does it make sounds as if we were mimicking?
Oh.
You see, Gebura, that's because abnormalities originated from them. It's not like they materialize all of a sudden or come into existence from nowhere.
Yeah, as I have come to realize while reading the Pokedex.
Do abnormalities eat humans? Isn't mimicking Mr. Christopher's like that because he devoured him? I don't understand. That is a complicated thing to explain, Gebura. What's certain is that this did not happen because of someone's vice or malice, and that the shape you perceive as a monster certainly carries the will of the man you call Christopher.
Ugh.
Excuse me, Tiphereth. Why does the experiment log include a step where Mrs. Isabel is sent to chamber D101? Why should we place her anywhere near that horrific monster? I don't know, Gebura. You know she is known for explaining the purpose of every experiment to us. I think I heard that it's to rigorously determine the loss of humanity. but I don't get what it really means. That's definitely going to end up hurting Mrs. Isabel. I shall tell Miss Angela to stop it. Gepura, maybe you should just keep quiet about it. I've seen other machines question her orders, and Miss Angela will reset us if we disobey her. Please, if you are feeling anger, I suggest that you rather embrace that anger and move on. Wouldn't that be better than to lose your memories and exist as a lifeless puppet? Being ashamed to the soul you got to bear?
Ooh. Ooh, buddy. Okay, yeah, I see.
What do you think the ending to that story is?
She died.
Where did Christopher's wife and his daughter Gil disappear to?
Into whatever that abnormality was, I'm guessing.
I won't ever know, either. Hard to say if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but the experiment was not under my responsibility. All I know is that old blanket Gilly had was the only thing to come out of that monster's chamber. Most people wouldn't even talk to us, since machines weren't worth putting their minds to. But Christopher's and Isabel, they told me I was worthy of something. They looked past my exterior and saw what was inside of me, something I wasn't even aware of. Those monsters were obligated to call abnormalities have killed many people since then. And yet those things never die. It's not fair. Why do we have to treat them nicely? Don't pay any heed to the employees in front of you. When an abnormality shows up, their lives will be the least of your worries. Since it's clear that those monsters feel pain, I'll dish out as much pain as possible. That's the only reason why I'm standing here. Don't ever patronize me again.
Oof. Mission, proving our strength.
Since you completed everything else so far, I assume you know what comes after?
Oh, fuck.
Alephs are the most dangerous and hateful things here. Give or take, monsters are still monsters. The creatures we have to get rid of.
Goal, suppress 3 different Alephs. Well, shit. Well, guys. Yeah, no, we are stopping there. Because, yeah, no, I mean, I do have an abnormality that it would be easier to get rid of, but making that abnormality escape will also make a certain other abnormality escape. And by suppressing 3, we'll make a certain other abnormality escape. It's a whole fucking bitch. I'm gonna have to see how I can plan out the abnormalities that I can release the Alephs one. I know I can take on a lot of the Alephs, but yeah, the goal is to try to plan it out so that not many are killed, and also that it doesn't get out of control. Especially on the third one, because once if an abnormality escapes 3 times, the fucking Little Red Riding Hood will fucking escape. And to get rid of her, it's best to get everybody with a black shield and then start eviscerating her, because her bullets will cause a lot of mental damage, so it is best to do that. Anyway, yeah, let's yeah, no, let's just keep expanding the welfare team. Honestly. But motherfucker. Okay, yeah. So now I have to plan for Alephs and also plan out a way to do this shit fast. Yeah, no, yeah, and the one that the easy Aleph is the Aleph that will make the fucking Sonata motherfucker. Yeah, the silent orchestra get out. On the bright side, I can get rid of it if I send everybody after it. But on the bad side, you will also send what was the name? Yeah, El Llanto de la Luna out. I think I can make it though, but I'll have to see. I'll have to see. But yeah, no, that's gonna be all for today though. That's gonna be all for today. If you guys like the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And with all, yeah, and also become part of the Discord server so you do not miss out on a single upload to YouTube. And also just to post anything you may like there, there's a lot of sections getting to stuff in. And with all that, I bid you all, my dear travelers, adieu. So bye bye and have a great day, everybody.